All right, here we are. Welcome to the Movie News Minute live stream, talking all things movie news related tonight, taking your questions, comments, all those sorts of things. And we do have a special guest with us tonight. They'll be joining us in just a second. I say special guest. Another one of the movie tubers will be here in just a moment to join us for this live stream. I'm sorry we're late. Ooh, and of course my camera's going to start bugging out on me. I had power go out today, messed up all my computer stuff, everything I'm doing here. So I had to get it reset right before time to start. So it definitely put me behind and all those sorts of things. But it looks like we got a lot of comments. So I'm just going to start right in with that while we're waiting on Ken to join us and read and see what you guys are saying. Dark Movies. What's going on, Dark? I'm here 4 hours early to say I'm ready to be here at 3 a.m. Man, it is crazy that you're in here this late at night for you. I know it's a crazy time difference, so thank you for being here for that. Love that thumbnail. Thank you. I actually did make some adjustments since originally uploading that when you sent that earlier. But 80s Kid from 90s agreed. The thumbnail is great. Thank you for that. And 80s Kid, thank you for being here tonight. Really cool to have you. As always. Dark Movies, movie time. Seriously, why can't someone tell me what sleep is? I have no idea. Yeah, so a little bit before that, I had commented and said something about sleep. So Dark also says, but yeah, it's my vacation from school, so I'll stay up a little. Vacation from school, beginning of October. That's kind of cool. I don't know how the schools work up there or over there where you are. But that's kind of cool. You get some break right now. And we got Zack Attack. Why didn't it show up? There it is. What's going on, Zach? Thanks for joining the stream. I think you also sent that in like an hour 15 before we were supposed to start. So that's cool. I'm glad you guys are jumping in early for it. Dark, yo, what's up at Zach? 80s Kid says, watching the Clone Wars. Oh, I have. Yeah, I'm not going to do the voice right now. I might do a couple of them later. Jason Entertainment, what's going on, Jason? Love the thumbnail. Thank you. All y'all are saying love the thumbnail, and I've adjusted it since you guys said that. So, but I hope you still like the thumbnail the way it is now. Jason also says this is going to be an awesome stream. I hope so. Jason, how's it going, Dark, Zach, and 80s Kid? 80s Kid says, wonderful, I am. Jason Entertainment doing fantastic. A little tired. It's going to be 3 a.m. Man, I still can't believe you're up this late doing this stuff. And it wasn't even, yeah, that's nuts. 80s Kid says, Zack Attack Reviews, have you seen my newest community post? Ask me anything. It's where you leave a comment and I make a video. Yeah, so I know I left a video or a comment for you finally. I know you called me out for that, so I made sure I got one in there for you. So I think you liked it. So I think you saw my question to you. Then I told you guys my power had gone out and I was getting it up. 80s Kid, patient I am. Okay, let's go ahead and get one in for you. Hey everyone, what's up? View with Drew. What's going on, Drew? Thanks for joining the stream tonight. Dark Movies. Okay, talking to Drew. Mom, a minute. Sorry about the power. It's all right, Mom. We got it going now. I didn't have to call you to come help me with my electrical, so we got it going. If y'all don't know, my mom used to work some electrical work, so she knows what she's doing on that. 80s Kid, late I am. Well, late I am as well, so that's okay. Or are you talking about me? Maybe you are. Press Reviews. What's that big Harry Potter? That is a Funko Pop. It's actually my wife's, but because I'm going to bring up Michael Gambon today, thought I'd bring in a Harry Potter pop to fit the theme. And I don't have a Dumbledore pop, so Harry is where it's at. But again, thank you for joining the stream, Preston. I really appreciate you being here. We got Simpson. You're just trying to mess me up here. I can't talk today. Simpson. There we go. Thank you for joining the stream. I appreciate you being here. Cool name. We got the Matt Film Show. Hey, what's up? What are your thoughts on X-Men coming to MCU? And who should be the first team they introduce? That's a really great question. And if you can tell by my updated thumbnail, because I just saw this story a little while ago, I know the story might be out for a day or two. I'm not sure, but I just saw the story. So I'm going to bring that up here in a little bit. We will talk about the X-Men, but I'm going to save my thoughts for when we get to that. 80s Kid says, "Oh man, the Yoda voice is cool." I'll get a couple of them in there for you here in a little bit. 80s Kid, I saw the question. Jason, since you have a huge Harry Potter, would you like to see Timothy Chalamet in the new Harry Potter? And would you see Tom Holland as Cedric Diggory? Interesting. Are you asking if Timothy should be the new Harry Potter? Because I don't think that. But if you're asking just him be in it as a character, yeah, I mean, I'm always up for great talented actors, and I think Timothy's one of the best we've got. So I'd be okay with that. But no, if you're asking if he should be Harry, then absolutely not. He's way too old. I don't want to start with teenage Harry. If we're going to start fresh, I want to start fresh. So, and Tom Holland and Cedric, I just don't know if that's a good fit or not. So, yeah, I'm not sure. I'd have to think about that a little more probably. Oh, what we got here? Oh, okay. Well, that's just fine. All right. Whoa. I somehow skipped way down. Dark Movies, what's up? Sims. I'm not going to be able to get your name right all night. I am so sorry. I can't talk today. Preston, keep watch or burn upcoming films. Ooh, Killers of a Flower Moon, The Killer, and Napoleon. Knowing the director for but all three of these though, I don't know that I can burn any of them. I guess I'm going to keep Killers of the Flower Moon because I think that's going to be the best of the movies. I'm probably going to watch Napoleon and burn The Killer, even though I think that does look really good. But I guess that's the direction I'm going to go with that. That's a tough one though. Dark Movie says fellow Norwegian there. Haha. Oh, okay. Is that the Sims? Is that Sims? I'm just going to say Sims. Is it okay if I just say Sims? Because otherwise I'm going to be tongue-tied all night. Laughing at me, so that's fine. I'm glad you're a good sport. Jason Entertainment. Yeah, I understand. I would be dead, man. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Dark 80s Kid says, is live action Star Wars feeling a bit too stale? It depends on which project we're talking about, because I have enjoyed some of the recent live action Star Wars, but there is a whole lot that I haven't enjoyed as well. So I don't know if stale's the word, but not as quality as it should be is one direction I would take that. Press review, keep watch or burn upcoming films. Five Nights at Freddy's, The Marvels, and Aquaman 2. I'm keeping The Marvels because I actually think that looks great. I'm watching Aquaman 2, and because Five Nights at Freddy's is streaming day and date on Peacock, that means I have no faith in that movie, and I'm going to burn that. Sorry. And I'm sorry, Dark Movies. I know it's like your most anticipated movie, but I'm not even looking forward to that right now. I'm going to watch it out of curiosity, though. Dark Movies, yeah. How can you do that voice so good? I don't even think I do that voice that good. So there's that. Norway for the win. Dark says, yeah. Sim says, Dark, it was some Norwegian lines and Saw. There was some, it was on Saw 10. Okay, or Saw X. Cool. Well. Jason says, what's going on with Ken down here? I'm seeing him like looking frustrated, but I know you guys ain't seeing this, but he's on the bottom of my screen here, and he just doesn't look happy right now. So I don't know what's going on. I guess we'll find out soon. Jason, no, not the new Harry Potter, just as another character. Yeah, so I'd be happy with Timothy Chalamet joining a Harry Potter franchise in any capacity, just because I think he's a great actor. Maybe one of the professors. I don't know if he's old enough to be a professor, but even one of the like the ministry people or something, he could come in as that. 80s Kid, I can do great Dooku voice impressions. Yes, you can. You can also do good Grand Admiral Thrawn impressions, I've heard, or I did hear. Jason, maybe young Severus or young James Potter. Yeah, he could do something like that, like a flashback scene. That'd be fine. Dark Sims A, respecting Norway. Let's go. I've never been to Norway. Is Norway cool? Mama Minutes. So, what news have you today? Yeah, I'm going to get to that if I can get through some of these comments real quick. I'm going to try to run through so we can get to the news. Jason, how hype are you for Ahsoka's ending this week? I mean, I guess I'm. Ooh, I don't want to be mean. I could say I'm glad it's coming to an end, but I don't really mean that because I have enjoyed this series. It's just that the episode before last really hurt me with this show. And even though last episode was a lot better, I'm still like, this final episode's gonna make or break this show for me. I'll tell you that. I'm not 100% convinced that I'm going to come out of this enjoying this show by the time it's over. Maybe that's just from recency with Secret Invasion, but but I'm not exactly having positive vibes toward it. Dark movies, I would watch Killers of the Flower Moon, keep Killer, and burn Napoleon. Okay, that's fine, but yeah, I would definitely. Yeah, I don't know. That's not bad. I think all three of those movies are going to be good, so it's hard to even do a list with those three. Mama Minutes, boo, Mama Minutes here tonight. Boo, Mama Minutes here tonight for a bit. LOL. I'm not booing you. I'm happy you're here. Anybody that can contribute tonight will be great. Dark movies. Oh, is that for my? Is that for my 5 Nights Freddy's? I'm sorry, bud. Sim says thoughts on Scream 7 potentially taking place around Christmas time. Yeah, so I saw that right before I jumped on. I don't have a banner to talk about that, but I guess I can talk about a little bit about Scream here. And if Ken's got comments when he comes back in, he can tell us his comments on it. But yeah, I've really liked the Scream franchise, especially the first one, and then these last two I think have been really good. And I'm a sucker for Christmas, anything Christmas themed, Christmas related. So the idea of a Scream movie taking place at Christmas time, maybe it'll fit in right alongside Die Hard as a, is this really a Christmas movie, but I still count it as one category. All right. Dark says, no, not Five Nights at Freddy's. I'm sorry, man. I can't get excited for it right now, but maybe I'll watch it and love it. Uh-oh. Please hold. My camera seems to have gone dark on us. Okay. That's not good. Hopefully Ken can jump in and talk for a second because I don't know why my camera's not working. Please hold for technical difficulties. Let's see. Okay, it seems to be working there. Anything now? No, still not showing up. Okay. Maybe if I change out of that camera and then back. And start again. No, I still don't have camera. Okay, guys, I'm sorry. I will get this fixed in just a moment, somehow, some way, and we will continue this stream. I don't know what's going on. Yep. Well, this is a good start to our stream tonight, guys. I do apologize. Okay, I'm going to remove this for just a second. I will be back momentarily. Y'all just hang tight.
And I said, "Hey, what a wonderful kind of day." Hey, what's up, y'all? I was having my own technical difficulties. I'm not sure if anybody can actually hear me. But yeah, it was going down in the field, as they say in the streets. So I'm going to continue. I'm going to pick up where DJ left off. And let's see what we got here. Da, 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 da. Norway, uh, Boo Mama Minutes here for a bit little night. All right. So I'm gonna start with favorite clone. So favorite clone. Let's do that. So my favorite clone is probably, and as you guys can see, I'm a little bit flustered because I'm very tired. Um, let's slow it down a bit. My favorite clone is probably um man, I'm trying to think. Like, who is my favorite clone? Are you talking about Star Wars or the Stormtroopers, or are we talking about a different type of clone? Because I could tell you who it's not. It's not Ben Riley. Because they keep trying to use Ben Riley and over again, and I'm just like, this isn't working. Although he does have a big, he actually has a pretty good following, but for me personally, he's never really worked because every time he showed up, it got weird. But yeah, so let's go with 80s kid from the 90s. I know what I know how I would run Lucasfilm, but how would you run it? So here's a very simple answer to that question of how I would run Lucasfilm. Oops, excuse me. I would run it with a plan. The problem with the sequel series is that they literally didn't have a plan, and they kept trying to like make it up as they go. I know JJ Abrams started out with like kind of a guideline, and then Ryan Johnson like just chucked that thing over his shoulder. And then not too long after the last movie came out, The Rise of Skywalker, was it literally just said by Kathleen Kennedy and Co. and J.J. Abrams specifically that they just didn't have anything planned, which is very weird to have $1 billion franchise and nothing planned. But going forward, I'm going to tell you guys like what I would do, which probably wouldn't be very popular. I would abandon the Skywalker timeline entirely and literally just prop up all the individual shorts from Star Wars Visions because I really feel like those particular stories have a lot more potential than consistently milking with Star Wars or milking the Skywalker saga. I mean, how many gaps in this timeline are we going to fill? You know what I mean? Soon we'll have a Maz Kanata like background story, which I'm sure to some people might sound very interesting, but to me, no, I'd rather see the Ninth Jedi or Lapin Ocho or uh, the one with the dancer and so on and so forth. So I would rather invest in the stories from other studios that have a good start to a lore than continue to try to milk this one. All right, feel like I'm back. Okay, here we go. Is that Negan's bat next to the Spider Verse post? I know for a fact that on Movie Time Minutes that is Negan's bat, and here he is to tell us all about it.
Yeah, so I had to switch to my other camera, which is not as clear of a picture. I apologize for that, but I just can't get my other one going. So it is what it is. I had to lower my brightness on my lights because this camera don't pick it up as good. Nothing's working right tonight, so this is great. That is Negan's bat. I'm a huge Walking Dead fan. I didn't fall off the show when a lot of people did. I continued. I've read all the comics. I own all the comics,
You read all
and
the comics?
I own every one of them. I've read
I
every
read all
single
the
one.
comics too.
Yeah, I love it. This entire shelf right here is a Walking Dead shelf. I've
I
got
have a
comic
Walking
books
Dead
back
shelf
there. I've
myself.
got somebody made me some fan art back there of Daryl back there. Right before coming on tonight, like one of the things I was doing earlier today was watching the new episode of Walking Dead Daryl Dixon. So yeah, big Walking Dead fan. I've even got a tattoo of Negan's bat on my leg next to the purple ribbon for my wife's epilepsy. So showing that symbolizing we're beating the epilepsy, we're beating
That's
the
awesome, dude.
issue she got. You know, people also look at Purple Ribbon and they realize that it's also domestic abuse and stuff. So maybe the bat ain't good for that aspect of it, but for the epilepsy part, you know, it symbolizes that. And I didn't realize it until after I got the tattoo. So it is what it is.
No,
it's too late.
No.
So it's there.
But I'm sure very little people are seeing your leg on a regular basis, so you probably get out of it quite a bit.
Yeah, but yeah,
Yeah.
it is a cool looking tattoo. I mean, the bat's going through the ribbon and stuff, you know, so that's kind of neat.
Or you know, you can interpret it: smash domestic violence.
Yeah,
Destroy
there
it.
we go. Yeah,
Get rid of it. There
we'll
you
change
go.
that narrative. Absolutely.
Let's go that way.
Oh,
yeah. Said Preston said poster. Did See for Yourself change his name on YouTube? I did. I changed my name to Kenny Sparks. That is indeed my government name. Well, part of it. That indeed is my name. My real name. My real name is Kenny Sparks or Ken Sparks or Kenneth Sparks. One of the Sparks. I'm one of the Kens. But the reason why I changed my name is because it's a lot easier to say and search for than See for Yourself. Like Kenny Sparks. Also, not in an arrogant way. My name is dope, so I don't know why I wasn't using it in the first place. Kenny Sparks is a dope name, and I appreciate my parents for giving that to me. So yeah, I really think that by doing this, I want to be more personable. I want to be less of a brand and more of a person that you guys can feel like you can interact with, which I hope I've done so far, even despite the brand name kind of thing. And yeah, so that's pretty much why I changed the name. And also, another reason I changed the name is because Kenny Sparks is someone who is me, obviously, but it's more of my social media presence, right? It's not fake or anything like that, but it's kind of who I am on camera. But when I'm off camera to my wife, I'm Ken. You know what I mean? And so that dichotomy, that difference helps me set apart, like, you know what, my life isn't content. YouTube is not my life. I'm Ken Sparks to all of my friends and everybody else. I'm Kenny Sparks to you guys who I do consider friendly, like on the social medias, but at the same time, I have to have that distinction, that separation. So hopefully you guys like it. I changed all my See for Yourself stuff to like sparking conversation, which is more like my video essay stuff, which is something I resisted a long time, as DJ knows, because I was telling him I'm trying to avoid all the Sparks puns with everything that I do, but I don't know.
I hope you use all the Sparks puns.
Yeah, so my name will be my name is, but my channel name will be Kenny Sparks going forward. Yeah, until I decide maybe I'll change it to Yoda Flanagan. I don't know. You know, these things.
I think everybody can see how great this change is.
Here we go. Well, at least it wasn't a Sparks pun. I'll give you that.
Oh boy.
Yeah. And thank you guys for asking. I should have put out a video explaining it, but I didn't know how to approach it. And also, furthermore, I just haven't had the time. I'm editing so much stuff right now. So as most of you guys know. Yeah, so DJ, did you want to take over the chat? Do you want me to keep going?
I can, that's fine. I'm good either way. So
go for it.
All right. Have you watched Gen V? Did that hit this week?
The first 3 episodes have come out. I haven't watched any of it yet, and I have to get to it because I really want to talk about it. If it's good, I'll talk about it. If it's not, I'll set this one out. You know, I tried not to talk about things.
Faith in this.
Yeah, I do too, because from the trailers, it looks like, yes, it's a spinoff, but it also looks like it can stand on its own 2 legs. So I'm excited about it.
Yeah. We probably need to get just a few more questions and then go ahead and start some of our topics, because it's we're gonna get behind on it if we don't. So, Dark Movies, still haven't watched 5 to 7. Haha, been pushing it so long. Talk about Ahsoka. Yeah, it seems like every stream we've had this past week, you've been telling us that you hadn't watched 5 to 7. You need to get on.
You gotta get on it, man. You gotta get on it.
And you just told me you're out of school right now, so you got time. Actually, you may not have time. I've been seeing some of the work you're putting on YouTube right now. You're probably putting all your time into that, I'm sure. Dark
what news are you screaming about? What happened?
No, what?
Oh, he said I saw the Scream news and just screamed.
No. All the Oh, he's saying, I saw the Scream news. I just screamed, haha. Yeah, talking about the Christmas theme.
Yeah, that
for
sounds
the-
fun. I'm interested because I liked 5 and 6, so I'm definitely interested in seeing where they go next.
He also says, "Oh, I'm way too excited for that movie now."
Hey,
Talking
man,
about Scream.
with excitement. Yeah,
Yeah, I said I hope it becomes the next Christmas classic.
yeah.
Mama minutes, a little technical difficulties. It is going everywhere. Now I am
Yeah,
imagining
it's
that my issues are having to do with the same stuff that was happening earlier with the power. So y'all just gonna have to deal with a worse computer screen right now, and not as clear picture. It just is what it is. Ken looks great though.
Yo, I was wrestling with this thing. I was literally about to beat the slide up.
It's like I could probably
Um,
make mine work, but I didn't want to take the time. I think I was gonna have to reset everything, and I
Yeah.
don't know what it was gonna take. So
And I'm like,
Dark movies.
fuck it, it's crazy. Yeah. Anyway,
Preston said he's crazy for burning Five Nights at Freddy's. Yeah, they asked me about 3 movies, and
it was
I
Five Nights
couldn't-
at Freddy's, Killer, and Killers of the Flower Moon. Let me tell you, I'm burning Five Nights at Freddy's as well.
well, I'm not sure. There were 2 different.
Oh wait. That was one.
That one was Five Nights at Freddy's, Marvels, and Aquaman 2.
Yeah, I'm burning Five Nights at Freddy's. Like,
I am too. I can't help it.
I'm sorry, but like I am looking forward to it, but not more than literally anything else. Yeah. So
Nork says yes. Just a couple more here.
Mhm.
Five Nights at Freddy's going to be my favorite movie of all time. Maybe something beats Oppenheimer. Okay.
honestly,
That's-
a lot of things are beating Oppenheimer for me.
Yeah, I'm
Sorry.
feeling. I mean, it was
Yeah.
Oppenheimer started out with a lot of things beating it for me. So,
Yeah.
not
It's
on a
good
technical
movie.
aspect,
Just
but
so many other things I'd rather watch.
yeah, I don't see myself sitting through that long of a movie again for what it is.
Mhm.
No worries, man. All right, last one for the moment. Jason says, question for everyone in the chat: what is your favorite September release movie of 2023? For everyone in the chat. I mean, so does he
September.
not want to know our thoughts?
No, I think he wants to know our thoughts as well. I would assume.
I
Let's
remember
see.
what all came out this month.
I don't remember what came out this month either. September 2023. Oh wait, no, The Creator easily. For me, like The Creator was excellent.
Is that one? I guess because it was technically out in September,
Yeah.
or because didn't it have like an October 1st release date? Like, or was that not?
No,
No, it was the 30th, right?
Yeah.
Was the
I
official?
tell you what it
release date.
wasn't. I tell you what it wasn't, DJ. It wasn't No One Will Save You.
I agree with that. Oh, that's right. You're the one that does agree with me on that.
Yep.
No one else I've streamed with this week believed that. So
Yeah.
I did not
I'm
like.
surprised
No
I
One Will Save
didn't
You.
catch like all the heat that you caught for saying that you didn't like it.
That's what I do. I go against the grain on both sides. Apparently, I like things everyone else hates, and I hate things everyone else likes.
Yeah.
Oh well.
And
It
honestly,
is what
I'm
it is.
looking through September. I'm not seeing anything else that I
I didn't
remotely
watch enough
cared
in
about.
September, so
Yeah.
I'd probably have to go with A Haunting in Venice, just because
Yeah.
I didn't watch much
Mhm.
else. So
I saw Hunting in Venice. I saw Outlaw Johnny Black. I saw The Creator. I saw No One Will Save You. Of those, The Creator was better than every single one of those by a landslide.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna get to it in a little bit, but I watched an animated movie yesterday that I like better than every other movie I watch in September. So and
Okay.
it's not even one that is on anybody's radar. So
Okay. Yeah. Tell me about it. Can't wait to hear it.
all right, let's get on to first topic. And this has been in a couple other streams. I even did a members talk with Zach yesterday that'll be on later this week on his channel that talks about this topic. But
Mm-hmm.
we lost Dumbledore this week. I don't know. Are you a Harry Potter fan, Ken?
I can't claim to be one. No, I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not anti Harry Potter. I've watched 1, 2, and 5. Known
1,
as
2, and 5. Okay,
Yeah,
interesting.
I don't know how that
Just-
happened, but it
We don't
did.
need 3 and 4.
Right.
Yeah, except 3 is
Yeah.
my favorite. And speaking of that, that is the first movie he came in on. The first
Okay.
2 movies were Richard Harris. He passed away. Michael come in and replaced him for the third movie, and he was Dumbledore throughout afterwards. And he did a tremendous job of keeping that magic, quote. I don't
Mhm.
pun intended, I guess. Magic from the previous Dumbledore, but also making it his own as an actor, and really almost elevating that character in a different direction. And he was one of the things that made those movies great to me. And of course, he come in on what was my favorite of the movies in the third one, in the Prisoner
Yeah.
of Azkaban, and he's just been a mainstay for me every year since. I rewatch those movies every year. My wife's a huge Harry Potter fan. This is her Funko Pop here. It's usually by our coffee maker in there. I
I
just
don't
wanted
know
to
how
bring it
she's
in.
noticing that Funko Pop. Oh, okay. Because you just brought it in. Gotcha.
Yeah, well, I brought, yeah, usually the Infinity Gauntlet's sitting there. So I brought that in for this occasion because I have no Dumbledore pops. So Harry made the thing today. Do you have I just wanted to bring that up and talk about that. Do you have anything else to say
Mhm.
about Michael's passing?
Yeah, I mean, it's always sad when some of our great performers pass away. It's much better when they pass away after living a long and fruitful life. So
Yeah.
I'm happy for the career that he had, as well as like the way that he was able to impact yourself and all the other Harry Potter fans. Because what I
Yeah.
did see was that a lot of people were sad at his passing. So that means that to me that he had actually a big impact on people. So
Yeah.
that's always important. So I'm sure when I finally do watch the Harry Potter movies, I'll be just as impacted if I enjoy them as much as everyone else did.
Yeah, absolutely. And I don't mean to take away from his other roles. I know he had a bunch of tremendous roles. A lot of people really liked him in the Paddington franchise and stuff.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
I don't have an image of him here, so I don't know how
Wait,
to.
he's in Paddington?
Mhm.
Is he?
I'm trying to remember his characters. I've only watched those movies once, so uh, I can picture him in it, but
No, I'm sorry. I don't mean to pause you. I'm just
you're
looking
good.
now.
You're good. I'm trying to see if I can bring this up real quick. You see it?
Oh, now I'm sad.
Oh, okay. um, so let me see if I've got the image here, and then if I do, whoop, yeah, believe that's it. So let me present. I'm just learning this share screen stuff, so
Oh, yeah, it's very, very effective.
yeah, I've got an image here. Uh,
I recognize him even more so now, and yeah,
yeah,
that's
so
and now I recognize him from a lot of things actually.
yeah, he's been in some things. So I just
Yeah.
since we brought that up, I kind of wanted to show an image of him. So there's that. Any final thoughts on Michael? I think we pretty well touched
Um,
everything.
just praying for his family and his
Yeah.
friends as well. Those are losses are always big. So, yeah, just praying for his family.
All right, next thing I want to talk about, there was a news article come out where there was some talk about Blumhouse and Friday the 13th. Did you see anything about this?
I just saw it today, and
Okay.
go ahead, go for it.
Okay. All right. So this article, don't mistake, guys. That doesn't mean that they're doing it. But there were some interesting comments made that I think are worth reading. All right. Jason Blum and I are definitely in agreement that Friday the 13th is the thing we would love to get our hands on. Ryan Turek told Inverse. And this is coming to us out of, I think I'm on MSN. The Wrap. That was a Wrap article here. Okay. In case anybody wants to follow up on it and read it. Because I'm not going to read everything that's in this. But I really want to go back to the basics. You don't need too many ingredients for Friday the 13th film. You need summer camp. You need campers. You need Jason Voorhees in a mask. And they go on to talk about it. And the issue with it right now is the fact that the rights for it are not necessarily easy
Who
to
owns the
acquire.
rights for Jason?
It did show it. It did show it in the article. They've been a mess for years. There's been issues around its moves between Paramount and New Line. I'm not sure.
New
Actually,
Line sounds
now.
correct. Yeah.
A24 landed the rights for an original film for a prequel series, and they're making that. It's a series coming to Peacock next year called Crystal Lake. But then, yeah, I don't know who actually has it right now, but I guess it's been difficult to acquire the rights to make the movies. So I'm not sure. I didn't see it, just scroll through real quick in that article, but it would be interesting because Blumhouse has done some cool things with the horror genre.
Yeah, I've actually enjoyed some of the Halloween movies that they've put out. Some of them are just downright silly, but so was Michael Myers. At this point, he didn't start out silly, but
I thought the 2018 Halloween was really good.
Yeah, and the one I think it came out either not the one that came out last year, but the one that came out literally the year before, because they were coming out in back-to-back years.
Yeah,
that was really good. That was really fun, I should say. Like the movies know what they are, and that's the best part of it. They know why we're here. So I really do enjoy those movies. So I would be really interested in Blumhouse picking it up. And I like what Jason Blum had to say in terms of like all you need is the campers, a lake, and Jason Voorhees. You know what I mean? We don't need Jason. Remember when Jason was running in that movie? I forget what movie it was. I think it was called Jason Voorhees. He was running. There's no one. Jason X. He was in space, and he was.
I think so. He's
frozen. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So Jason's been through quite a bit. But I do like the idea of just going back to a regular old Jason that is not. I mean, he is a superhuman, but it's not like something other than what he was originally intended to be.
Yeah. I'm in agreement. And there are a few movies that haven't hit with me with Blumhouse, but almost everything Blumhouse does, and they do it for such a good budget that it don't have to be a huge box office pull to make a profit on these movies.
It sure doesn't.
And they've done a really good job with that. Like I really liked their Invisible Man. Thought that was fantastic.
The one that hit right before the pandemic?
Yes.
That was the last movie I saw in theaters before the pandemic hit.
Okay. That's a lot better than the one I saw in theaters right before pandemic.
What did you see?
Birds of Prey.
Oh.
Man, I did not like that movie.
Birds of Prey is not terrible.
That's my least favorite DCEU movie.
Really?
It is.
Least favorite?
Least favorite.
Lower than Suicide Squad?
Lower than Suicide Squad.
Wow.
It's like you got everything else. You got Suicide Squad, and then you've got Birds of Prey.
Oh, wow. Yeah. So I had fun with Birds of Prey. I didn't think it was great, but I definitely liked it more than the music video that Suicide Squad was with the belly dance. And Chance just being a belly dancer. Here I am again on another street.
Hey, we're clipping this out.
Okay.
There's a short viral video right there. But I have faith in Blumhouse. If it's on their radar, if they're wanting to do this, I hope somebody works out with them and make them do it, because I'm not a horror guy, but I'd go watch it for them making a movie with it.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, we'll do one more topic and then we'll jump back over to those comments a little bit.
Okay.
And this one is James Gunn DCU update. I've seen a lot of people talking about this week. All is James has just kind of clarified a little bit more on which characters are going to be returning.
Right.
We found out. Well, I'll just go to it again. Maybe I will. All right, there we go. I need to get faster at this for sure. All right, Hollywood Reporter. We've got James Gunn quoting, "Nothing is canon until Creature Commandos next year," sort of spirit to DCU, and then a deeper dive into the universe with Superman Legacy after that. It's very human drive, want to understand everything all the time, but I think it's okay to be confused on what's happening in DCU since no one has seen anything from DCU yet. And then he goes on to talk about bringing back, or we find out he's bringing back Viola Davis, which we already knew because he'd already talked about Amanda Waller, or the show. We get more confirmation this week on Blue Beetle, him talking about Zolo's coming back to play Blue Beetle, and John Cena as Peacemaker. So that's so that was in that article, and then a little later on Threads, which I don't have brought up, but a little later on Threads, he brought up Vigilante is also coming back from the Peacemaker show.
Right.
So we've got those four characters all coming back to DCU But the way he put it is they're going to take maybe you can look at some storylines that have been used in past things, but it's not necessarily, nothing's canon until Creature Commando. So even though we've got those characters, not necessarily those same backstories are the same ones we're going to have coming forward.
It's interesting because I was saying before how I would like them to do a full reboot, and I still feel that way. However, the thing that kind of like primes me for that reality that these characters will be different than, or these characters will be the same in name and actor, but different in the new universe is the Hawkeye show giving us a different Kingpin and She-Hulk giving us a different Daredevil. My understanding is that those are not the same people who are in the Netflix original shows. So they're the same actors and performers, but it's like Kingpin was in a Hawaiian shirt, which is a comic accurate thing. However, the Kingpin that we met on Netflix would never.
Not only that, Kingpin we met on Netflix wasn't throwing people, 3 blocks down the street either.
Yeah, and he got shot and he survived. So all kinds of different things that Kingpin in the Hawkeye show was doing. So it's not my preference, but hearing that those are the 4, it sounds natural. Let me ask you a question. So what do you think about like the DC EU slate that was announced overall? Because we never actually got a chance to talk about that.
The DCU slate?
Yeah, the one that's coming up.
Yeah. I'm really excited for it. Superman Legacy is already looking fantastic to me, just what little we've heard and seen about it. The fact that we're getting Booster Gold, I couldn't be more happy. Booster Gold is one of my top 3 or 4 favorite DC characters. So getting a Booster Gold in a series, absolute win for me.
I'm very happy for it.
Just that news alone was enough to make that entire announcement worth it. So, me, I like those obscure characters like that. But, but yeah, all the projects though, that Amazon series they talked about, that sounds like a lot of fun.
Paradise something.
I can't remember the name of it, but yeah, that one sounded really cool. This other take on Supergirl based on that comic series that I haven't read yet, but I want to read.
Yep.
That one, you got it somewhere, I assume, the way you're looking.
Yeah, it's somewhere around here. Around the bend.
That sounded like a good take on Supergirl to me.
Sorry, it's buried under some things. There it is.
There you go. All right. Awesome. Yeah. And then getting Damian Wayne. I mean, I didn't used to like the Damian Wayne character. He's grown on me, and I'm excited to see him come to live action. So,
yeah. So let me tell you, there's a few things that are going to test our friendship as we continue to work together.
I think we've had a couple of those come up this week.
Oh yeah, for sure. So I am. There are no characters in fiction that I actually hate or despise. There's very few.
Okay.
Booster Gold is one of them.
Really?
I can't stand.
Wow.
Yeah.
It makes me sad.
And here's the reason why. So I was reading Tom King's run on Batman, and Booster Gold just did something so abhorrent that I hated him. I've hated him since. Now, if I read a Booster Gold story that is actually good, because I always give a character a shot, especially if it's from a writer that I like, then fine, that's cool. I'll just dislike that iteration of Booster Gold. But my understanding is that was a good representation of who Booster Gold is, and because of that, it's the run is like 6 years old, so I can pretty much, I'm going to spoil it a little bit.
Go ahead.
So Batman, Booster Gold comes to town, and basically what happens is Batman is mourning his parents. So what Booster Gold does is oh yeah, that's right. Bruce Wayne's parents come back to life. And it turns out that it was just something that Booster Gold had created to try to make Batman feel better. And of course it was taken away. And I hated Booster Gold from that point on. I'm like, why would you do that? At no point should you just play with somebody's life like that, because you want to, like, it's those types of characters like Gina from Brooklyn Nine-Nine and Booster Gold like that are so oblivious to like empathy and people's like how they impact people's actual lives. And I feel this the same way about people in real life that just drive me crazy. Like these people are like, oh, I just did the thing. I don't care how it really affects you, or I didn't think about how it affects you. I can't stand people or characters like that.
I
So
feel like narratively looking back on his history, that his personality kind of is justified by the way things happened to him leading up to everything that went on with Booster Gold. I mean, I don't know. It doesn't bother me as much as like seeing Guy Gardner being a jerk for no reason to me. Because at least with Booster, I'm like,
meathead. Yeah.
I mean, Booster's like escaping the future to the past because of how bad he's got it in the future, you know. And now he's in a place of power. He's a hero. He gets to be the good guy. You know, to me, that kind of stuff is like I let it go with Booster, where I don't with other characters. So I don't know.
No, and that's totally fine because we're all very different in terms of our iteration.
I'm very proud of this 8.5 slab.
That's cool as hell.
Booster. That's first appearance Booster there, his first comic. So I'm really excited. I remember.
Dude, awesome. I'm just noticing the Riddler that you have on your desk.
Oh yes. I just added that to the desk a day or so ago.
Nice. That's awesome.
I've had it for a little while. I just thought, you know, he'll look good there for a little bit, especially since I was doing something Batman themed this week. So or earlier this week. So
so to wrap up my thoughts on like the DCU slate that's coming up, Booster Gold, I'm actually more excited for now because you're excited about it. That's what friendship does to people. The Themyscira show, it could be great. I just think it's a dumb idea, but it could be great. So I'm always going to give all these things a shot because I'm not going to be the guy who's like, oh, it's going to suck, and I'm going to go into it and make sure that I feel like it sucks. There's no way to live life. I just don't think it's a good idea to introduce Wonder Woman's lore and not
without her
Wonder Woman. Like that's just straight. Like that's the cart putting the cart.
Oh, I think we lost your sound there.
Oops. Creature Commandos I'm interested in. I do think it's a weird way to start things off. It's
very James Gunn.
Yeah, but it is very James Gunn. And if there's one thing that James Gunn has proven over and over and over again, is that he can take obscure characters and make them your favorites. So I don't have an issue with that. I'm just like, oh, that's what you're starting with? Interesting. Waller, I'm interested because Viola Davis is awesome. And the Green Lantern Buddy Cop show. I think that's my favorite. I think that's my favorite thing that he's now.
Okay.
Superman Legacy sounds fantastic. I love the castings of Superman and Lois Lane. I just really hope that Lex Luthor has nothing to do with it and that we get Brainiac, Metallo, Mr. Mixoplex, and literally anybody but Lex Luthor and General Zod. Like, I swear to God, don't do it again. You've done it 40 times. Give us some new.
We don't even need Doomsday or Darkseid.
No, we don't need them either.
No.
Brainiac. You got
I tell you what I'd like to see. I want Toy Man. I want Toy Man on the big screen. That would be a great villain for. Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. There's so many villains that. So if you can make the Spot into a legitimately scary villain, you can do that with Toy Man too. Like, there's nothing you can't do with some good writing. So yeah.
I mean, James Gunn made Polka Dot Man interesting. I mean, come on. Exactly. He can do it. He can do something.
And I think James Gunn is going to do Brainiac and Lobo because every time he's come out, he's done Starro in the Suicide Squad. He's done Ego, the Living Planet. He's done all kinds of different characters that are big in stature and also big in size. So for him to not do Brainiac, I would be shocked if we get through this DCU and he doesn't do Brainiac.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I'm actually excited for the whole slate. I think it's going to be fun. Again, I'm a self-appointed Booster Gold fan club member, but maybe that one don't hit the way I want it to. I just hope it does.
You should have hope, man. Don't let my foolishness.
I love characters like that. So excited for that one. Excited for and you mentioned Themyscira when he said something like Game of Thrones style or something. I was just like, I'm in. No matter what it is, if it's something like Game of Thrones, I'm in for it. So
Yeah.
that comment got me really excited for that. And didn't mention Swamp Thing. Swamp Thing, I'm excited for as well.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh. Yes. Swamp Thing. I'm really excited about because I believe that even if James Gunn isn't the person to direct that, which I don't, he's not going to direct everything. I think whoever he does get to direct it, he's going to let them cook. So I'm excited for that.
All right. I'm gonna get back over to the chat for just a little bit, catch up
Yeah,
on some
sounds
of
good.
these. We did the questions. All right, so we're at Dark Movies. So, what's y'all favorite movie of all time? You got one?
Yeah, that one's easy. The
Okay.
Lion King. The Lion
Lion
King. The Lion King will always be my favorite movie. I love that movie. I know every word front to back. I will sing my heart out during Scar song. I will na I know that's not, those aren't the words, but no one this side of the state. So that will always be my favorite movie. I watch it more than any other movie I've ever seen. And I think you guys need to understand this. There's a very big difference between the best movie ever and your favorite movie ever. Your favorite movie could be Jar Jar Binks' hike to the corner store. Like it could be that, and you'll still be justified because it's your favorite. It doesn't have to be the best. So yeah.
Yeah. And my favorite is Dead Poet Society with my favorite actor, Robin Williams. So that's mine. I think I've talked about that before. So
I still have not seen that. It's on my list. I know that you want to jump to the screen right now, but it's
no,
on my
you're
list.
good. There's a lot of people who have not watched that movie that are under 40. So, so I get it. That's fine.
Mhm.
All right, I'm gonna move on to the next one. This will also leave some time to DJ.
I think this when you were fixing things.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, I still didn't get everything fixed. So I'll go first. Oppenheimer.
Oh, is that your favorite movie of all time? That's cool, man.
Interesting.
That's what's up. Yeah.
Okay.
If that's your
That's
favorite
cool.
movie.
I
That's
do
awesome.
remember seeing his reaction, and he had a really positive reaction to that movie after he
Yeah.
saw it. So,
Nah,
yo, it's
man.
Ken. Hi, Ken. What's up,
Hey,
Ken?
what's up? I guess this is when I took
Yeah.
over for a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah. Mama Minute says hi, Ken. Preston says,
Hi,
how's it
Mama
going,
Minute.
Ken?
Yo, what's up, Preston? How's school, bud?
And then we get to 80s kids, Star Wars. I assume that's his favorite movie.
Makes sense. Yep, episode 4.
Jason, dark movie. Mine would be Forrest Gump.
Forrest Gump is my second favorite movie of all time.
Although I think Forrest Gump is a completely different movie.
Oh yeah, correct. I don't want to make a sexual joke, so I'll just keep my mouth shut.
He corrected himself. He
of
said
course.
Forrest.
Got it. Yeah, Forrest Gump is definitely top 5 for me. Yeah, for sure. I love Forrest
It was a
Gump.
great
All of my
movie.
favorite movies came out in the same year, 1994. Lion King,
Oh.
Forrest Gump, and Speed. So
Okay.
those are my favorite movies. Yep.
Well, I've already got my best years of movie figured out for this month, but next month I might
Nice.
have to go to 94 just to
There's a lot of other movies during that year.
show
too.
it some love.
It's a formative year for me.
Dark movies, great pick, Jason. Dark, yeah, that is an amazing movie.
Mm-hmm.
Person says, Ken, are you going to watch the Five Nights at Freddy's movie? If so, are you excited?
I am definitely going to go see it, and I am excited for it. I'm just less excited for it than I'm as excited for everything else. But it's not one of those things where I'm like, oh God, I gotta watch this because of the channel. There are movies like that, and honestly, movies like that I typically just don't watch. So I am excited for this. I love the trailers have been really intriguing to me, so I'm excited, and especially since we found out that it's not 3 hours long, I'm very excited for it. So yeah.
All right. Have you seen that with the T says? And thank you for joining the stream. Good evening, gents. 80s kid. Yay. My Jedi mind trick work on the camera. Yep.
Oh, terrible.
Thank you for that. Now you have bad visual DJ, which might actually be better visual DJ because you don't see me as well.
Hilarious.
Dark Movie says Walking Dead. Yes, really want to see it. Can't get me to watch so many seasons and shows. Yeah, I mean, you've got 11 seasons of the regular show. You've got 2 seasons.
It didn't make it to 11.
Yeah, 2 seasons
Wow.
of World Beyond. You've got what are we on? 8 seasons of Fear the Walking Dead now. We've got the Tales of the Walking Dead or whatever it was called. The one
Can I say
season.
something about that real quick?
Yeah.
I don't know how Fear the Walking Dead lasted so long. I have never heard a single person talk about that show.
Really.
On social media, on the water cooler. I have never heard anyone say a single word about Fear the Walking Dead. And it survived 8 seasons. I don't understand it. But yeah.
The first 3 or 4 seasons were not very good, in my opinion. I didn't love them, but I kept watching it because I kept thinking, well, eventually this may tie into the regular show, and I don't want to be behind. And that's why I've watched all the spinoffs they've had.
Yeah.
I mean, we've got Dead City and Daryl Dixon right now. We're fixing to have the Rick and Michonne show come out over this next year. So, I mean, we've got all these spinoffs hitting. Fear is in its last season now. It may be it's either an 8 or 9 in its last season now. But to me, Fear actually picked up and got better after, was it season 4, when Morgan crossed over and Dwight crossed over, and now they're in Fear the Walking Dead as main characters. And to me, getting those regular Walking Dead characters over onto that show made a world of difference for me and made it a better show.
Yeah, because Morgan, the gentleman who plays Morgan, is a phenomenal actor.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So, and I mean, and I'll tell you one of the reasons Fear has lasted. Coleman Domingo. That dude is awesome.
I didn't know Coleman Domingo was in that show.
Yeah, he was in from the first season.
Is a fantastic actor. I'm like underrated. Coleman Domingo is. So yeah.
That's where I first discovered him, was toward the end of season 1 when he first showed up, and he's been in every season since. He's one of the only characters that has stayed from season 1 through now, all the way through. So
yeah, he's
Domingo. It's worth watching Fear just for that, even if you don't like the show, just to see his performance. View with Drew says, huge question for everyone. Do you think the MCU will make a better solo Wolverine movie than Logan? It doesn't have to.
That is one answer. And I agree with that. I think better is subjective.
Yeah.
Because I know that there are some people who like that Old Man Logan storyline. Although it was very different from the comics, but that's generally what it was. But I also feel like there's a possibility for a solo Wolverine movie that is better in a different way, in a more comic booky way.
Yeah.
So I it's hard to say, you know. But yeah, and I think a reason why it could be better is because you can do a lot more with Logan in the MCU, because you can have him talk to Doctor Strange or Shang-Chi or partner with somebody else. You know what I mean? Like, you can have him talk to Spider-Man. And I think those are things that people, not people, but I think that those are things that sometimes we miss. You know, look at Tobey and Andrew Garfield Spider-Man, which were both great, and I appreciated them. But seeing Spider-Man interact with Iron Man and Captain America is something I never dreamed I would be able to see, just because of contract issues. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's very true. I mean, I hope they do have a solo Wolverine movie. But
yeah, that'd be fun.
I'm not going to be looking at it as a comparison to Logan, just like I didn't try to compare the Batman to the Dark Knight.
Right.
2 totally different movies.
Separated me completely. Yeah.
Love both of them. I don't even know how. I want to say I'd rank the Batman higher, which is probably sacrilegious to a lot of you. But at the same time, tomorrow I'm going to wake up and I'll say I'll rank the Dark Knight higher, because they're such different movies, and I love them both so much that it's just hard to just put one or the other. So if they can do something like that, Wolverine, give us a totally different movie that I like just as much.
Right.
That's
we do not need to compare everything that happens. We don't.
Especially, we'll probably have 2 different actors. I don't imagine Hugh Jackman's going to stick around after this Deadpool unless he does like a secret.
I don't know, man.
You think?
Everybody likes money.
Yeah.
So
it's just it's so hard at his age to nothing shaming his age, but to stay in that shape for I don't know, that'd be tough.
That's the other thing. He doesn't have to. That's the other thing. But maybe in his mind, for him to be the best that he can be in the situation, he believes that he has to.
Yeah, I think he's got that mindset like that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure what that was for.
Yep.
Okay. 80s Kid says, DJ, how would you run Lucasfilm? I'll tell you, poorly. I'm not an executive. I wouldn't know what I was doing. And I wouldn't want to be running that ship because ship. I don't want to sound like I'm saying something I'm not saying. Because
Mama Minutes is on, by the way, sir.
Oh, okay.
You watch your tone in your mouth.
Ship. I don't want to sell that ship. I don't want to take that because that would be an extremely difficult job. I know we like to bash Kathleen Kennedy.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
the level of vitriol you would get for having Luke walk left down the street rather than right would be crazy.
Yeah.
So
I
wouldn't want to take that job either.
But on a non-serious note,
mm-hmm.
I would run Lucasfilm like this: put Jar Jar in everything. Done.
Oh my Lord. You know, I would actually be open to that if Jar Jar does end up becoming a Sith Lord.
A Sith Lord, yeah.
Really interesting, and I would really want to see how that works out.
Oh man! Obviously, I kid, but what about you? How would you run Lucasfilm, Ken?
What I was saying earlier is that I would just get away from the Skywalker timeline entirely. Like I would just abandon ship, and then what I would do is I would take all those. Well, this is going to be a conversation. I would take all those individual Visions shorts and I would make them into their own developing series because I think that they all have potential. I didn't like every Visions short, but I know that there are people who liked I know that there are different people, different target audiences who like different shorts of those. And I think because you have that diversity of animation and storytelling, you can develop the Vision shorts in such a way where you do have something for everybody, and then you can flood your subscriptions to Disney Plus because you're getting a Ninth Jedi show or a Op and Locho show or Lop and Ocho show or all these other different types of shorts that fit. Like even Bohemian Rhapsody, the one with the kids who are in the band who are slaves to Jabba the Hutt, who sold themselves into slavery. Who I'm like, we'll worry about it later. Kid, you sold yourself into slavery. The kids will really enjoy following that band around. So I probably wouldn't watch it. But as far as a Saturday morning cartoon kind of thing, kids would eat that up. So it would be smart for you to just invest in those things. So
have you tried the Jedi whatever that kid show is on Disney Plus right now? Have you checked it out?
I have never watched it.
Okay.
Because I was never told that it was important.
Yeah, no. I don't think it is. It's just a goofy Disney Plus thing, or really a Disney Channel thing. I think it's on the Disney Junior or something like that.
Yeah,
one of those type of things. But it's on the Disney Plus, and I've let my kid watch it a little bit, but I don't think he's really into it yet. So I just wanted him to get into lightsabers and things. And I'm just curious if you'd seen that, just because you mentioned the animation. I know we had a conversation this week about Visions, but honestly, I've liked about half of them, and I didn't like about half of them because.
But that's the point, though. It's anthology, so you can.
Each one is so different that.
Yeah.
So I see what you're saying there.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's keep going. Get through more of these. Preston says, "Just got done with Creator before this, my 4th of the year."
Makes sense to me. It's really good.
Yeah, most people I've seen watched it have said it's good. I have seen a couple of reviews online where they're a little more negative toward it, or just said it was just fine, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But for the most part, everybody seems to really be enjoying that movie.
I can see people going either way on it. I don't think anybody's going to say, "Oh, it's outright horrible," but I also do see a contingent of people say it was cool, and not like go any further than that, and that's totally legitimate. So I just happen to like it a lot.
Preston says, Walking Dead is so good, but I'm only on season. I'm taking a break to watch The Boys Universe. Okay. Not sure which season he's on, but
sounds cool.
But I'm glad you like Walking Dead, because I too am a fan of Walking Dead. I saw Gen V. Okay. Well, let us know how it is.
Oh. Okay.
OMG. Oh. It's good, but it's The Boys.
Okay. So you're saying like it's a similar like?
He says, "If you know, you know." Okay, yeah. If it's a similar tone as the boys, I'm
Oh
gonna be.
yeah, I figured it would be similar in tone,
Yeah,
but just a
yeah.
different storyline.
Preston said, I changed my name from Preston Movie and TV Reviews to Preston Reviews because I was like, oh my, this is such a long name, and I changed my pick because I made it my old school, and I'm different now. Okay,
Makes sense. Yeah, makes total sense.
sometimes you need a
gotta
good
do
rebrand.
rebrand. Yep.
Like old Kenny Sparks over here.
Yeah.
80s Kid says, this is my last Sunday being 26. I'm only 5 days until I turn 27.
Well, congratulations, man. Happy early birthday.
Yep. Happy early birthday. I think you've mentioned that you were fixing to turn 27 before. And I think I told you that was not one of my favorite times in my life.
I got married when I turned 26. So that was a good year.
Okay. Yeah. I was in an unhappy marriage during that time. So not as good for me.
I'm glad to see that you made it out.
Yeah.
On to the other side. I'm not saying.
Yeah. I got you. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. I did go through the divorce and got married to somebody that appreciates me. So a lot better off now, but I won't get into that sappy story. Pressure Review says Gen V is great. I watched it all on its release date, and it's great. You guys will probably watch it. Yeah, I'm going to be watching it.
Honestly, I'll definitely be checking it out.
The date slipped my mind, and I didn't even realize it was out yet, or I would have already watched it.
Mm-hmm.
Now I've got to find time to outside of all the YouTube stuff. 80s Kid says, look, Loki season 2 better not disappoint. But who am I kidding? It's the MCU. Well,
okay. All right. The Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 disappoint, or did I miss something? There's hits and misses in the MCU. Secret Invasion was a miss. Guardians of the Galaxy was a win. Ant-Man and the Wasp was solid. I don't hate Ant-Man and the Wasp. I think it's okay. The Marvels might be really good. So, you take it as you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, take it as you go.
And honestly, Secret Invasion didn't become a miss till the end of the season.
Yeah, the very last episode.
I think it could have been solid if they had done a few different things toward the end of it. So,
and the fact that Loki, the first season of Loki, is like either the number 1 or 2 favorite shows of a lot of people. Not everybody, but a lot of people.
I think it's like 4. But yeah, I mean, it's up there as one of the ones I liked.
Yeah, exactly. I really like that show. So I'm looking forward to seeing.
If it wasn't for the one episode with the train that I didn't like, I think that
wasn't a good episode
for me.
Yeah, that episode.
I hate to like drag a show down by one episode, but I mean, really,
yeah.
I don't know.
When you only have 6 episodes, you can't afford to waste one.
Yeah. So, and I did feel like that was a wasted one. Like I come out of that episode the same way I come out of episode 6 of.
There was good character stuff, but for the most part, none of the stuff that happened in that episode should have taken that long for it to happen.
Yeah, and I was just bored with it. Like, anyway, I tried to rewatch all of Loki. Or I did rewatch all of Loki again recently, and I got to that episode, and I was like, yeah, I still feel the same way about it.
Yeah, you can literally skip it if you've seen it before.
Dark Movies, I'm with Ken there. The creator was amazing. It's good to hear. I ain't going to get to watch it probably for a little while, so glad so many of y'all liked it. And yeah, Dark Movies did a live stream with Optimistic Forever the other day talking about the creator. So pretty fun live stream. I caught a little bit of it. Jason says, of course, guys, I want to know your thoughts too. I was trying to give you some time. Oh, I see. So that was probably when we were having technical difficulties when he sent that in about favorite movies.
See, Jason Entertainment is always looking out, and I appreciate
it. Jason's the man. Y'all go sub, and all these guys, 80s Kid, Dark Movies, Jason, all these have been here. Go sub to those channels. If you see them in the comments, check out their channels because I guarantee you every one of these have very interesting stuff on their channel. I've looked at, I think, everybody that's been in here. So all great. Preston Reviews.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm subscribed to all you guys.
View with Drew, T, all them guys through there. Go check them all out. 80s Kid says RIP, first Hagrid, now Dumbledore. Yeah. But I mean, even before that, Snape. I mean, we've had so many actors already from the Harry Potter franchise that have passed. And
he's in one of my favorite movies as well. The actor who plays Snape, whose name is escaping me, and I cannot believe that it is Jeremy Irons.
No, not Jeremy Irons.
No, that's not it.
I mean, that's funny you said that because he's Hans Gruber. What? Oh my.
Hans Gruber?
Hans Gruber's his name in Die Hard.
Yes. Oh my god.
Everybody in the chat is probably gonna go crazy on us right
They're
now.
going to kill us. They're going to
this
straight up
is,
murder us.
Sweeney Todd.
Yes, he's great in Sweeney
uh,
Todd. Hans Gruber. They're giving me everything but his name. Alan Rickman. Oh my
yes,
god.
absolutely.
Yes.
That's him.
So, guys, listen, don't leave the stream. Sometimes being human means that you forget amazing performers' names. And we are human just like you.
Any other time I would have known that name.
Yeah, I don't know why I was just it's just draw and to be fair, which I'm trying to get a cop out here. Hans Gruber is Simon's brother in Die Hard with a Vengeance. Okay,
Yeah.
So Alan Rickman,
so Jeremy Irons and Alan Rickman are brothers in the Die Hard franchise.
They were related. Just saying, and probably because they do have similar voices. Jeremy Irons is the voice of Scar, and also Alfred in the most recent Batman iteration, or not the second, the most recent. Yeah,
I think.
Yeah,
There's only one time I didn't like Jeremy Irons in something, and that was that awful rendition of Aragon.
I never saw it. Yeah.
So to get off on a small tangent on that, Aragon was like, outside of Harry Potter, that was my favorite book franchise growing up. I loved Aragon, and honestly, Percy Jackson was there with them too. But Aragon was like it. I love the Aragon franchise. The movie was coming out. I was so excited. I went to watch it, and I realized on the back of the book of Aragon, it says like a little subtext here before it tells the paragraph of what the book's about. It says, "One boy, one dragon, a world of adventure." That's the part they snipped out to make the movie out of. They didn't look at the rest of the book. That's what I decided.
That's crazy.
It was so much different than the books. So bad. All right, we're gonna do 3 more, and then we're gonna do some more topics. Know what the guy from Paddington?
Mm-hmm.
Good. Faces and Paddington. All right.
People love Paddington, man.
Yeah, we'll get to Preston when we get back over again. But I want to talk about this real quick. I don't have an article brought up for this. I just want to say last week on this stream, I was waiting for the writer's strike to end, and we were being told that it could happen any moment. And we went through and we checked in on it every once in a while. And literally 2 minutes after I hit end stream, the notification went off where they had reached a tentative agreement. Well, since then, that agreement has been made or has been voted on, and the strike is over. And there are people riding and back to work as we speak.
Yeah, I'm excited about that, man. I'm very happy that the writer's strike is over. They from everything I've read, even from the Writers Guild of America, they got what they wanted. So I'm very happy that they stuck it out. Strikes work. I know Chillmonger was saying that in another stream. Strikes work. Protests work. Strikes work. Because at the end of the day, the bigwigs can act however they want to act about having control or power, but without the workers, they don't have anything. They can't do anything. And you can try to make an AI movie. I guarantee you it won't be as good as something that a human being with real human experiences and empathy and all these other different types of attributes that you need to make a good story can make. So I'm really happy that and bottom line is this: if I am being paid, I don't know, $400, $500, $100,000, whatever, and you make billions of dollars off of something I wrote, and I'm never seeing another dime from it, but you continue to profit from it, I believe that I should also continue to profit from it. I'm not saying that I should also get $1 billion. But what I am saying is I should get my fair share of that money, because you're going to continuously eat off of that IP and then make more IP off of the IP that I created for you.
Yeah.
Therefore, I should be getting paid for it. I feel the same way about all the comic book writers who made these amazing characters and are getting paid pennies for the way that the MCU is using them. So, yeah, it stretches out to all these things of, look, pay, like I'm making you $1 billion. Give me what I deserve. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm just happy that it's over. Sorry about my diatribe, but
No, you're
yeah.
you're good. Yeah, I'm right there with you. I gave some thoughts on that last week during talking about it and hoping it was going to be over, and I'm really happy to see that end. And I'm also very hopeful now that the actors can get something going really soon, knowing that they were able to get something with this. Um, I think if they'll sit down for 5 days like they did with this one, they'll hammer something out. So hopefully we get that soon. Hopefully get some news on that soon, because it'd be nice to get everybody back to work, because we're going to wind up with a stretch here that we're going to not have some shows. We're fixing to see more shows get canceled. I'll talk about one of them here in just a minute,
Okay.
because this one hit me pretty hard.
Yeah.
But I think we're going to see some shows get canceled because of workload on these writers as they're coming back, and they're not going to have time to finish up some things as they're starting other things they already had in the works, which is exactly what happened with this particular project right here with Heels. So from what I'm reading on Heels is, first of all, the viewership was down for this season. Couple that with the writer for this is Michael Waldron, who wrote Loki, and Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. He's the one that has been writing the show starring Stephen Amell. It's about wrestling and the ins and outs of amateur professional wrestling and what goes on behind the scenes, that kind of thing. It's a really interesting take on this, and definitely not for kids. It's on Stars. The season ended with a cliffhanger, and I hate that.
Yeah.
Because now the show's canceled. They said Michael's got other projects he's working on right now. He doesn't have time to come back and write this. And because the viewership was down this season, they just decided to axe the show. And I hate it. I get it, but I hate it. And I have to think that if it weren't for the writer's strike and he had more time to already have some plans in place and some writing done on this for them to see in the direction this was going, that maybe it could have been saved at least another season or give it a final season or something. So to me, that's one of the negatives coming out of the writer's strike. A very necessary strike. Reiterate that. But it is a negative that we're going to have to miss. Probably a couple more shows we're going to find this type of thing out for. And that's disappointing to me.
Yeah. So what I'm reading here is that, because I'm reading up on it now, Entertainment Weekly as well as TV Line and Deadline. I'll go to Deadline because I trust him.
Yeah, Deadline's a good source.
Yeah, Heels showrunner Michael Malley talks future of wrestling drama. Stephen Amell strike comments. He had incredible pride in the show, but basically what I did see was that they're actively shopping the show to other studios.
I hope that's okay. I hope they get somewhere.
All of the actors are under contract still. So now that the writer's strike is over, they're shopping it to other studios in hopes that it gets picked up. So there's still hope for the show coming back, and I do hope that it comes back for the fans of the show.
Yeah. To me, it was one of those shows. I watched it because it was Stephen Amell, and I liked him in Arrow. And
I love Stephen Amell in Arrow.
Just to see what he was going to do next. And then when I started watching it, the drama was so good in it that it kept me entertained week to week. And they're not long seasons. I think it's like 8 episodes or something. So
I can see, like, I've never watched the show myself, but something like 8 episodes I could see getting picked up at like FX or AMC or something like that. So hopefully they do get picked up. Yeah.
All right. And then on the other side of the writer's strike ending, we get this news coming to us this week.
Yes, sir.
You an X-Men fan, Ken?
Am I? Yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
All right. Let's bring up this article in
Hollywood. I need to stop cursing.
Let's see. Where was Go ahead and share this back. Oh no, this one's coming out of Deadline too. Here, this report here. It says exclusive from Deadline. With a deal in place for Writers Guild, studios have begun taking aim at setting writers for their open assignments. Marvel Studios looking to set the bar with what will likely become one of the more sought-after jobs for any scribe. Sources tell Deadline that Marvel will start setting writer meetings later this fall for pitches on its anticipated X-Men movie. Insiders add there is no rush to fill the job since the film hasn't been dated yet, and it's more than likely a writer decision will be made at the top of 2024. Marvel declined to comment. What do you think about this, Ken?
First of all, awesome. I'm so excited for X-Men. The way I feel about X-Men is the way I feel about all the major Marvel heroes. They are important and they need to be seen. So, also let me tell you this: X-Men, the '90s cartoon.
Yeah,
is the greatest intro of any cartoon of all time. You can argue with me what you want, but that like every time that intro comes on, it makes me want to fight somebody. Like I'm ready to fight, and then the episode
Yeah.
comes on and Beast is reading a poem. But every time that intro comes on, it's time to hurt somebody in the name of justice, and mutant rights. But yeah, so I love that show. I love the X Men in general, and I really can't wait to see what they do with the X Men. However, I do have some trepidation about the movie, only because I would like for the entire universe to reboot before they actually put out an X Men movie, because I feel like we're going to be cheated if um, Wolverine and Cyclops and Professor X and Jean Grey and Storm, especially, and all of these other mutants never get to interact with Captain America and Iron Man and Thor and whoever else is left from the event in Hulk. Like, I feel like it's going to be a part of it's going to be missing, because you're going to have this new set of bigwigs in the MCU while the old set are gone. And I'm not saying that you have to bring back those old actors. I'm saying that who would I rather have the X-Men interact with? Sam Wilson. I like Sam Wilson. I love Sam Wilson. Falcon. Oh, I'm sorry. Captain America is awesome, but I would rather have Cyclops and Steve Rogers have a philosophical debate about why the Avengers aren't doing more to protect mutants, and why the mutants have to protect themselves when you're Captain America, but you're not protecting this part of America. I want to hear that. You know what I mean? I want to hear those debates. I want Professor X and Iron Man to go back and forth in the Illuminati about how they should handle the way that the Earth is being, and shoot the Hulk off into space because they believe he's too dangerous, only for him to come back and try to destroy Earth after they accidentally blew up his planet, which actually turned out to be, anyway, no spoilers here. But yeah, so I want to see the OG X-Men interact with the OG Avengers. Like I said, I love the new characters. However, they need to be able to interact with the other bigwigs to make greater crossover events, or greater just solo events that maybe every once in a while features one of these, X-Men. And then you have the Fantastic Four also going to be in there. So you're going to have the X-Men and all the main characters of the X-Men. You're going to have the main characters of the Fantastic Four, and then you're going to have all the secondary characters of the Avengers and the rest of the heroes. That doesn't jive well with me. And like I said, I like all those characters. The team that's going up against Kang, as presently constructed, they would get destroyed by Kang, like 45 or I'm sorry, 70-20, like the Miami Dolphins destroyed the Broncos. Like it was, yeah. So I want to see the X-Men because I love the X-Men, and the movie better open up with the theme from the 90s movie, because if it does, you instantly, I'm telling you, I will ignite my optic blast in the theater, and then everybody looking, hey man, we were trying to watch the movie. I'm sorry, I got excited. So yeah, that I can't wait.
I don't mean to be holding too close to your corn again, Ken, but I don't think they're going to reboot before they bring in these X-Men. I just don't think it's going to happen.
I think it's possible because of Secret Wars.
Secret Wars possibly. I think this X-Men movie is coming right after Secret Wars, and
yeah,
I don't know that they're going to do a full reboot. I think it's going to be more of a soft type reboot, and I think a lot of these characters they're still too new to us, and I don't think they're going to want to throw them to the side and start over again that quickly after introducing a bunch of these guys. I may be wrong.
Yeah. So here's why I think that they can do that.
Okay.
With the reboot, you can keep the same actors in those roles that they're in, right? The newer ones, and still bring back new actors in those old roles. That's totally fine and legitimate. You can do that. And the reason why I think that that's going to happen is because my mind just drew a blank and now I don't remember. But the reason I think that that's going to happen is because Secret War, if there's any time to reboot, Secret Wars is it. You can't reboot after that. Oh, that's what I was going to say. The other reason why you need to reboot is because like just the universe entirely, is because the X-Men are entrenched in civil rights era, like anti-mutant agendas, as well as Magneto being a Holocaust survivor, right?
You don't think
And
they changed that story?
I think that they do change that story, and I think that that's why. I think that that's why they reboot, and and the reason why that is because Magneto can't be a Holocaust survivor because he's far too old at this point
Yeah.
in life. And
Unless they
secondly,
add an anti-aging element to Magneto's powers.
I mean, he is a master of magnetism. Who knows what that can do? Like he can probably do things that magnetism has no business doing. So you
Yeah.
never know. But I'm sorry. The last thing I'll say on it is, as far as the X-Men are concerned, it's a lot of it has to do with people who live in this world hating the X-Men, right? From forever. You can't just drop the X-Men in and then the heroes hate and then the humans hate them. It has to be like ingrained in the society that mutants are bad, because for humans to like all of a sudden start hating this section of powered people will be weird, because how could anybody at face value tell the difference between an X-Man and Spider-Man, right? Or X-Men and Shang-Chi, or X-Men and all these other people who are powered.
Yeah.
Like there's really no way to tell the distinction. So the only way
Yeah.
to do that is to have the people and the X-Men and mutants grow up together in a society. So in order to do that, you have to bake that in. And the only way you can bake that in naturally now is to just reboot. So that's why I think that they should just reboot.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, that is definitely one way they could go, and it would make more sense to do it that way. I'm still not convinced that's what they're going to do yet, but maybe
They
maybe
need to
will.
hire me.
Need to hire you? Yeah.
They need to hire.
Forget Lucasfilm. You need to go run Marvel.
I could do both.
You do both. There you go.
You know,
Oh boy.
and I'll go over to Pixar and cancel Toy Story 5 because there's no need for it. But yeah.
I'm going to jump back over to some comments for just a minute.
Let's do it.
Catch up a little bit. Preston says, off subject, Ken, when or if you have already released your Exorcist review, I'm going to watch yours, then Zack Attacks to make it a battle. Oh boy.
So my Exorcist review is out already. You can find it on the channel. It's probably the latest video on my channel, I believe. Yeah, it is. It's actually the latest video I put out. So it's out for you guys to see. I would really love it if you guys watched it and commented on it and shared it with other people, because I put a lot of work and effort into it, just like everyone in this chat puts a lot of work and effort into their videos. So yeah, man, I would love. Oh yeah, make sure to like it as well, because that helps spread it throughout the YouTube cosmos. So yeah, my Exorcist review is out. I will definitely be seeing Exorcist Believer and reviewing that as well. Yeah, guys.
Yeah, and you guys, these videos he's doing, these
Unseen Marathon. Yeah,
Unseen Movie Marathons. They're really great videos. Go watch the entire series that he's done so far. They're all worth a watch, and he lets you vote on the next one too. What is the next year you're doing?
So the next year I'm doing, the vote has already been the die has been cast. No, the vote is already over. However, the next movie is I'm thinking, my brain just ended. Oh yeah, Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla, which so far, because I've watched like 15 minutes of it so far, just like right before the stream, but I had to go to sleep. It's great. I cannot wait to talk about it. It's got all the camp that you would love in a Godzilla movie. There's monsters, there's people trying to resurrect monsters and destroy things. Like, I think it might be my most fun review, because it's the least serious movie I've watched thus far, but it's still very good. So Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla. Oh, and one other thing I want to say about it, you can watch that movie on HBO Max or Max. Or you can actually watch it on YouTube for free. So you guys can watch Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla before my review even drops, which will be sometime this week, is my hope. It'll be sometime this week. So whether it's, I'm not going to promise anything, because every time I do, I'm late for it. So Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla will be the next movie. And like I said, and in my community tab, I actually posted the full movie to it. Not me, but I shared it from a channel that did. Yeah. So have fun with that, guys.
So y'all make sure you check that out. Absolutely worth the watch. And I'm sure you'll have the poll for the next one up around the time you put up the next video.
Yeah. So if I don't drop it at the same time as the video, I'm going to drop it on Wednesday. The 1975 poll will be dropped on Wednesday, where I'll be putting out somewhere between 2 to 4 movies that I would like for you guys to vote on. I always decide the movies because I want to make sure that it's actually something I want to watch. So that's why I don't really take suggestions on those. Because you guys might suggest something, I might feel bad because I'm going to say, I don't really care about that. So to avoid all that, I'll be picking the movies. So yeah. Appreciate you bringing that up, DJ and Preston.
You bet. Yep. All right, Dark Movies. 2018 Halloween is actually my favorite Halloween movie now.
That's awesome.
I'm in agreement with you.
Yeah.
That's also my favorite Halloween movie, and I'm not a horror movie guy, but that was my favorite of them that I've seen anyway. I haven't watched every Halloween movie, but I don't think the original Halloween holds up at all. I can't stand that movie. I think it's
I'm sorry, what? The very first one?
I can't stand the original Halloween movie. I'm going to say I can't stand the original Halloween movie. I don't think it holds up. I didn't enjoy it. When I was younger, I thought it was a great movie, and I went to show it to my wife a couple years ago because she had never seen it. I'm like, "You love horror movies? How have you not watched Halloween?" And we watched it, and we got done, and she said, "Why'd you make me watch this?" I said, "I don't know."
You know what's funny? Isn't that the worst feeling in the world? When you're like, yeah, I remember this movie's awesome. You show your significant other, and it's just like, man, this is bad. Yeah. I felt that way. I don't know if I even want to say it. Me and my wife watched A Nightmare Before Christmas last year, and I was like, this isn't as good as I remember it being. But yeah,
I do love that movie. Showed it to my son for the first time, my 2-year-old. And he loved that movie too. So that's probably why I still love the movie, because watching him dance around to it the other day was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And he kept trying to be like a skeleton, like he was walking around. It was cute. Anyway, but yeah, I'm not a huge I'm not the biggest fan of that Halloween. Not because I think the original Halloween was bad. I just think that the nature of that movie and the way they made it just doesn't stand up to today's versions of those movies. So after watching a newer Halloween movie and then going back to that, it was like, oh, okay. Because I do think it was during watching the 2018 that I realized she had never seen the original, so that's why we went back and watched it.
Gotcha.
So that probably contributed to that.
Yeah.
Dark Movies Kills is amazing. Yes, that was the second one of the sequel to the 2018 one.
Okay.
I think, wasn't it? Or was Kills the final one? I don't even know.
I don't remember. Yeah.
Preston says, well, I got to go. Have a good week and stream. See you later, Ken and DJ.
See you, Preston.
Thanks for joining the stream. I appreciate you, man. Yeah. Dark Movie says, I remember when they almost made a Michael Myers versus Pinhead movie. Oh, I didn't even know that was going to be a thing.
I think I heard about that. That's a weird one. I don't think that combination is a good idea.
Yeah, I mean, they experimented with the Freddy Jason thing, and that movie was kind of goofy. So I don't know how the Pinhead would be. So see you, Preston. Hey, just get another DCU update. Here we go. Hey, I really hope Gunn stays true to his words and makes independent, standalone stories.
Yeah, so he's talking about the Elseworld stuff, like the Batman and the Joker, Folie à Deux, if you will.
Yeah. We are still.
I think he will. Yeah.
Yeah. There'll be some of those, but we're definitely going to have a universe as well. So.
Yeah, and that's one of the things I think that Warner Brothers is doing better than Disney. I would definitely like to see some standalone, like more experimental movies out of the Marvel kind of side of things.
Stuff that doesn't have to be canon.
Right. Yep.
Dark Movies. I'm with the idea of Booster Gold series, but I don't know. The only time I've seen Booster Gold is ever in comics or anything is a CW The Flash.
Yeah.
I don't even remember him being in The Flash. I know he was supposed to be in that final season of Legends of Tomorrow, but I never watched that final season because I stopped watching that show before it got to that point. Now he does make an appearance in Smallville. He was in the Justice, in the 10th season, and he is
There was 10
in
seasons?
Smallville.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I loved Smallville. And then I started going, oh, wait, no, it was the other way around. I'm sorry. There's a whole story between me and Smallville. But
Oh, okay. Well, we might get to that in a minute because that's going to be Smallville's actually going to get brought up later. I don't know
Okay,
if you
cool.
saw the banners or not. We're going to have to get through some of this so we can get to some of that, though. So,
Yeah, sorry about that.
no, you're good. You're good. Booster Gold is awesome, at least in the cartoons. I haven't read any of his comics yet, but will one of these days. Yeah, I liked him in the Justice League Unlimited show. I thought he had a couple of really good storylines in that show.
I don't remember him in Justice League Unlimited.
He had one episode that was all dedicated to him, and just the Justice League was kind of tossing to the side like he didn't matter, and
they do that a lot.
His crowd control and literally like on the street helping direct traffic type stuff, and then he wound up getting to save the day on the side without them even realizing he was taking down some of the bigger guys, and then he didn't get any credit for it at the end either. But he got the girl, so that was a great episode. 80s Kid says Guy Gardner is annoying, but he's cool too. Yeah.
I like Guy Gardner is like a lovable meathead. Sometimes I can't stand him. Other times I'm like, all right, he means well.
Yeah. Booster Gold better be a fleshed out show with 16 episodes. Yeah, I don't see that happening.
No.
It'll be another short
get
season.
10 episodes.
Yeah. It's on HBO or on Max, whatever. It'll probably get 10.
And 10 episodes is the standard.
Yeah, nowadays it is. 80s Kid, my favorite is E.T.
That's a good choice.
Is that movie the favorite movie? That's cool.
Extraterrestrial. Yeah.
Dark Movies, never heard of that movie. Haha.
E.T. What movie?
Yeah, you talking about E.T.?
Are you talking about E.T. Dark?
Surely not.
Do we need to have an intervention?
Dark Movies just watched Jaws for the first time, by the way.
After I just watched Jaws for the first time, maybe a year and a half ago, so I can't say anything about that.
And then it's like a week after he just watched Back to the Future for the first time, the week before.
I'm sorry, what? Oh, cool.
He did.
We all. Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Live watch-alongs for Back to the Future last week and then Jaws this week.
We have to remember that Dark is significantly younger than us.
Yes.
So
yes, he is.
So we got to give him some grace.
Made me feel like an old man. And if you guys want to see Dark on my channel soon, on October the 13th, Friday the 13th, he's going to be on my channel that morning. I think it's like 11 a.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Central, because that's still 8 p.m. his time.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to be on my channel. We're going to be talking horror movies. So if you want to stop in for a horror live stream, it's going to be during the day on Friday, the 13th in October. So this month.
Ooh. I don't know why I did that.
80s Kid. No, wait. My favorite is Empire Strikes Back. Well,
which is another great movie. Yeah. So, yeah.
I can't decide. It's E.T. or Empire Strikes Back.
Well, what if E.T. Strikes Back? How about that?
Whoa. That's a different movie. Bring back Drew Barrymore for that. Dark Movies. I still want that 3-hour cut of Five Nights at Freddy's.
I'm cool. I would rather.
I'm good with what we're getting.
Exist.
Jason says my 4 would be Forrest Gump, Edward Scissorhand, The Sandlot, Spider-Man 2, Princess Mononoke. I can't pronounce names that are. There you go. He said 4. Isn't that 5?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's 5.
There we go. Those are my 5, I think, for now. Okay.
Gotcha.
All right.
I have never seen Sandlot, and I've never seen Princess Mononoke.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sandlot's pretty fun. I like Sandlot. Never seen E.T. Have it on Blu-ray, but never seen it. Oh, okay. So he has heard of E.T. So maybe he's talking about something else he's not heard of.
If you want reviews for a watch-along, watch E.T. For sure. People love E.T. I love E.T.
80s, and it's okay. Now I can't think. 80s Kid. Who is DJ's favorite clone trooper? I'm asking the same question twice because I wasn't clear enough.
From the Bad Batch, or just in general?
Maybe just in general. I'm not sure. But I was actually messing with camera when you were answering this question on this earlier.
Mm-hmm. I would say Rex for me.
Rex.
I know that's probably the generic answer, but it's definitely Rex.
I'm not good with names for these shows, but what's the big guy in Bad Batch? Wrecker? Is that his name?
That sounds right.
That guy's hilarious. Whatever the big guy is, the brute dude, like he's funny.
But-
And
by the
I'm
way,
gonna go with
guys-
him.
Sorry, but
What were we gonna say?
Zach Attacks Reviews has put out his review for The Creator.
Oh.
He did that after seeing it today. I saw it Thursday, and I've not recorded my review. So Zach Attacks is
That's
on the
cool.
job. He's awesome. So yeah,
That's
go
cool.
check out his review of The Creator.
Yeah. The way you're talking there, did you not like Bad Batch?
I didn't dislike it. I just didn't find it to be all that interesting.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't something I actively despised. It was just
Okay.
something like I would watch it and I'd be like, oh, it's fine. Yeah.
See, that's one I actually got excited for every week to watch. I really like Bad Batch. I found it to be a lot of fun. It was, to me, it was like an increase on production value of Clone Wars. So to me, that's what that
Mhm.
was, and I really like Clone Wars. Even though I've not watched Rebels yet, I did enjoy Bad Batch quite a bit.
Yeah.
Mama Minutes, I liked Fear. I know you do because you use my AMC to watch it. Zach Attack. Hey guys, what's up, Zach?
Hey, Zach.
Thanks for joining the stream. We're gonna keep you and Ken civil today, man. You don't know how many people I had messaging me asking if you guys were okay after that stream.
Yo, I love Zach. Yo, Zach is my guy.
Like I did. I had like 4 or 5 people message me individually, like, "Hey, is Ken and Zach all right?" I don't know why they weren't messaging you, but
Yeah, yeah. I know Jason Entertainment. He messaged me. He was like, "Yeah, I didn't mean to divide." I was like, "Dude, it's not your fault. I had a bad moment. That was all my
Yeah.
fault." Like,
you
it
gotta
wasn't
realize
Zach.
Ken's running on
wasn't
zero
anybody
sleep
else.
this week. Like he has nothing
This
in
is
his
also
tank
true.
right now.
Yeah, I like for about good 48 hours, Thursday and Friday, I had like 4 hours of sleep, and then yesterday wasn't too much different. Yeah.
Mama Minute says, yes, DJ, I agree. I loved Morgan and all the characters you named. Talking about Walking Dead. Yeah. Zach Attack, Coleman might be Oscar nominated next year. I've heard that. What was the movie? What is the movie? There's something he's either
'Cause
has
I would
come out
like
this
him
year
to
or
be.
coming. I've got him on the
Hmm.
list for tomorrow night stream for whatever the movie was. I just know I haven't seen it
Okay.
yet, but I've got him written down for the possibility. Yeah, I can't remember, but tune in tomorrow night, guys, and I'm going to be talking Oscar predictions here at Movie Time Minute. So I hope you'll join me for that. It's going to be a lot of fun. And Coleman Domingo might be brought up again. We'll just see. 80s Kid says, yes, he is. 80s Kid says, hi, Zach. Did you see my community post? Make a comment, and I make video about the comments and ask me anything post. Yeah, and I know Ken's already done it, and I've done it.
Yep.
So
Yep.
you ought to have plenty of videos to be making, 80s Kids. So I'm expecting to see some of those here pretty soon. Zach Attacks Reviews. I didn't see it. I'll check it out. He says, thanks. And we got the Cosmic Bag broadcast. Welcome, Jonah, to the stream. If you're still in here. I know we're way behind on comments here, so I don't know how long. It was at 9:15, and it's now almost 10. So maybe we'll get through these in a second. Zach says, the Batman is the best live-action Batman movie. That's a great opinion.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't argue with anyone who said that. I would never argue with Zach about anything. Ever.
I mean, it featured the Riddler, my favorite DC comic villain character. So, I mean,
yeah, that was a really good rendition of the Riddler for sure.
We tell everybody my son was named after Twilight because his name's Edward Jacob, but that's what EJ stands for, Edward Jacob.
I didn't know that.
But because my wife's a huge Twilight fan, so she loved that name. And I was okay with the name because Edward is also Riddler. So I was like, you know what? Sure, we'll go with that. So that's how she got me to agree to it. So I don't know. If he grows up hating his name because of Twilight, I'm going to remind him, hey, you're like the greatest villain in your dad's personal opinion for DC. So Jonah Turk says 2022 is the Batman is my favorite Batman movie. So it's just perfect. I'm glad to see so much love for the Batman. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's a really good movie.
I remember coming out of that and talking about how much I enjoyed it and that I might like it more than Dark Knight. And I had a lot of people like telling me how wrong I was for having that opinion. So
people were really weird about Pattinson being cast in the first place.
Yeah.
And it just got really weird. People are very strange sometimes.
I think he's a tremendous actor.
Yeah, he's really good. He was good in Tenet, a movie I didn't like at all.
He was good. I thought he was good in Tenet, a movie I really like. 80s Kid says the Batman is the best, but my favorite is still 89. Okay, hey, that's cool too. 89 Batman is a lot of fun. Come out right around the time I was born. So, View with Drew. Aside from Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, what actor cast as a member of the X-Men did you like the most? I absolutely love Kelsey Grammer as Beast. Ooh, that's a good one there. Oh,
Aside from Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, what actor cast as a member? Oh, you know what's funny? Although I despise X-Men 3: The Last Stand,
yep,
Kelsey Grammer was great as Beast. Like
I agree.
phenomenal. It was very strange. Like the makeup was amazing too. But other than Hugh Jackman, I feel like it would be a cop out to say Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool. Oh, obviously. Wait, the obvious one for me. Oh, wait, no. Oh gosh. I can only choose one.
I don't know. Yeah, to me, that original cast, there were so many good ones in that one.
There was a
I mean, the newer cast wasn't bad either.
I'm
but-
trying to decide if I like Patrick Stewart as Professor X more than Ian McKellen as Magneto, because those are the ones that are the tops. And I don't know, man. It's hard to beat either one of those. I'm gonna go because you want to talk about perfect casting. That was perfect casting. Gosh. I'm gonna go with Ian McKellen, Sir Ian McKellen as Magneto, because he just had a certain swag to him. We're the future, Charles, not them. They no
Yeah.
longer matter. You know,
That's
so
good.
he was
good,
great.
Good impersonation there.
Thank you. It's very hard for me to do an older British gentleman, but yeah.
Yeah, those were good. Halle Berry was great as Storm. My favorite, even
Excuse me?
though they did the character. Do what? You didn't like Halle Berry as Storm?
For the Storm that they created for that movie, she was great.
Okay.
For Storm, that's
I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
I mean, but
Same
Yeah,
kind of like
I-
Sabine type issue.
okay.
The actress did what they were asked to do. However,
Yeah.
why is the creator doing this to this character? You know, that kind of thing.
I don't know that line in the first movie. What happens to it to a toad when I was like, how'd that go? How I just remember that was such a cool scene. Like I love that
What
scene.
happened to a toad that's struck by lightning?
Same thing.
Same thing that happens to everything else. Man, was that supposed to be a riddle? Like what? Like
I always thought that was so
was that
cool when
supposed
I
to be
was
a
a kid.
punchline?
Like hearing that, and then the lightning hits him, and I'm like, yeah,
Who
I
wrote
go
that?
Storm. I don't know, but I loved it.
Yeah.
But for me, James
I was
Marsden as
11 and I
Cyclops.
rolled my eyes.
James Marsden as Cyclops to me
He was
is
great.
the one. That character was done so much disjustice as those movies went on, because Marsden is a tremendous actor and he could have done a whole lot more with that character than what he was given. But he looked great in the part, and I thought for what he had, he was pretty good. So that's the one for me. Dark movies. Did Quantumania miss? No. Haha. Okay. He liked Quantumania, I think. So that's what he's getting at with that too. Dark says it's been a month since I saw the first episode of Secret Invasion, and I have only watched 2. Oof. Well, you probably had a good time with it so far, I bet too.
Yeah.
At least I did with the first couple episodes.
I had a good time with every episode from 1 to 5, and then 6 happened.
Yeah. 6 definitely hurt.
Yeah.
Mama Minute says, ooh, Sweeney Todd. Hey, now, somebody loves Sweeney Todd. We celebrate them
I
for loving
love
Sweeney
Sweeney Todd. The Demon Barber of Fleet Street? Yes.
Todd. Yeah, I think it's a fun movie. I've got some of those songs on some of my playlists, so from that movie. So, 80s Kid, I can't find Preston's channel. You ought to be able to. I don't know if you
Let
can
me
click
see
on the
it.
name. But
I might be able to. You can't click on names in the
Okay, in
live
the
stream,
comments.
unfortunately, which is
Okay.
ridiculous. But I'm gonna put the link to Preston's channel in the comments. Hopefully it works. Sorry. Yes.
Well, he's looking for that. I'm gonna keep reading. 80s Kid, Disney better not mess up Percy Jackson. I don't think they're going to. The trailers look really good, and I really think that show is going to work really well. Mama Minute, so yeah, Aragon book and movie, two totally different things. The book was great. I agree. Second text says, good start for the writer, but it's just a start. 80s Kid, LOL, nobody has bought any of the Marvel Legends figures from Quantumania. I'm trying to think if I bought any of the Legends figures from Quantumania. Got any up there? I may not have. I'm looking around at my Marvel Legends figures, and I guess I did not. But I do have a He Who Must Not Be Named from Loki season 1. I mean, so I've kind of got a Kang variant, if you can count that as a character from Quantumania or not. I don't know how you would put that, but yeah, I used to have him out and showing, and then I had to wait and see how his trial was going to go before I showed him anymore.
Yo, you want to know what's crazy? So I had watched Last Man in San Francisco, right? Or is it Last Man? It was Last Black Man in San Francisco, but starring Jonathan Majors.
Yeah,
and I had ordered the poster because I love that movie so much. I had never seen it before, right?
Yeah,
I got the poster in the mail the day the announcement of his alleged evil doings happened.
yeah.
And I was like, are you kidding me, Jonathan Majors? But, you know, it looks like the trial's playing out in such a way that he isn't exactly guilty for the things that he was.
Yeah. Some of those videos they've been putting out, I've been watching, and
yeah, it's pretty convincing.
Yeah, I think he's going to wind up coming out of this clean.
Yeah, well
I could be wrong.
I'll still take a wait and see approach. You know, what I mean, I don't want to
Yep.
say anything like crazy, but
it's just the direction
I'm
it's
kind
looking
of
like
leaning
to me.
towards. Yeah, it looks like he's going to be fine.
Did you find anything with the Preston to help him out there?
I can't find Preston reviews at all.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I typed in Preston reviews and I'm finding Zack Attack's review stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm still looking.
We'll keep going here. 80s Kid, what got canceled? I think we was talking about Heels. Yeah.
Yep.
Zach said Heels. Mama Minute says, I want Wednesday, Stranger Things, and all those type of shows back. They will come back eventually. I think we're going to see delays on a lot of things, though.
Yeah. There are a few Preston reviews, apparently.
Okay. Spoiler Kings, what's up, guys? What's up, Spoiler Kings?
What a wonderful time kind of day.
Mama Minutes, and can't wait for Crystal Lake. I hope that wasn't fake too. The fact that
was a TV show, right?
That's a TV show on Peacock. I think that's been picked up, and that's a real thing happening. So
yeah,
that one shouldn't be fake. In fact, they talked about it in that article I was at, and I'm pretty sure I was in like Deadline or one of those outlets. So I'm pretty sure that one is coming. Spoiler King says, I heard the show is amazing, but there's rumor it's payback from a Mel Strike comments, which is silly to even think. I hope that's not the case.
Yeah.
People say stupid stuff sometimes, and when you look at the reason he said it, he shouldn't have said it. But
right.
Has some the context and what he was doing too. He didn't want a strike to happen because he wants to keep working. I mean, that's I don't know. That's a tough thing to walk on.
It was a dumb move only because he's an established actor who can get roles.
Yeah,
he worked on a show that I think was 8 or 9 seasons running.
Arrow was 8 seasons.
So so the people who needed this deal, I mean, and there are a lot, even established actors who we know.
And he's getting lead work on shows right now. So
so the people who are doing bit parts and getting paid like $15, I don't know, that might be an exaggeration, but yeah,
but
those are.
Was it like 2 days later? He's out there on the picket lines trying to make up for it. I mean,
like
he definitely felt it.
Yeah, I can't find Preston reviews. I'm sorry.
Okay. Well, Preston, if you can, get in the comments and let us know how to get to your channel so that everybody else can find you here. 80s Kid, what X-Men theme is so rad? Yeah, I agree.
X-Men theme
Ken says it is the best
animated theme
I think it's right there behind Pokemon. So 80s Kid says, I go where I want to go. I just moved on real quick there. No. I'm obviously kidding about Pokemon. I don't even have that above like Batman the Animated Series and some of those. So.
I respect other people's opinions, and I will continue to do so. Despite my facial expressions, know that you are allowed to love and like whatever you like.
What I love about the Pokemon theme song is I can sing along to it.
Oh, I love it. Yeah,
So
I love the Pokemon theme song. Don't get me wrong.
I really want to separate lyrical theme songs to instrumental theme songs. That's what I want to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, to me, the close second behind the X-Men animated series theme song is the Batman animated series theme song.
Yeah, that's like when you said that on X-Men earlier, I was like, I really like Batman too. And there was one other from that era. The Spider-Man theme song was really great.
Spider-Man, man. Yeah. You talking about ready to fight somebody in your room?
Radioactive Spider-Man.
I was ready to fight. I don't know why those songs always made me so violent. I was always ready to fight the Doc Ock and Senator Kelly and the Joker. Like I was ready to fight.
Do you need to talk, Ken? Do you need to get some of this some of this out?
The X-Men animated series theme song was, for me as a child, the equivalent to Knuck If You Buck. I'm not sure if you're familiar with that song, but it's it is a very fight inducing song in the Black community. Knuck If You Buck is if that song comes on, there's potential for fisticuffs. So
okay,
yeah. Zacatecks will tell you all about it.
Yeah, I guess I just wouldn't know. I just don't know that song. So
yeah,
80s Kid, I go where I want to go. Go where I want to go. I see. I feel like that's a reference to something. I'm not sure what it was. All right, a couple more, and then we're going to get back over to a couple more things we want to talk about tonight. Mom Minutes, X-Men. What about Fantastic Four? Are y'all too young? LOL. We talked about Fantastic Four.
We love Fantastic Four. Yeah.
Are y'all too young?
Sorry, I messed it
up. Oh. You're good. Hopefully Fantastic Four will be awesome.
I'm hoping so too. Yeah.
Hand pink waving.
I think that's an emoji.
Jessica, hey, that's from
he's from our Discord group or his Discord group, I should say.
Yeah, right. Thanks for joining the stream. Appreciate you being here. Zacatech says Ant-Man team beat Kang. Yeah.
Honestly, you know what's funny? I was never actually too upset about that because it made sense in context. So
yeah,
I'm fine with it. Have you ever here's the other thing: comic books, right?
Mm-hmm.
These villains get beat by the most ridiculous things. No one flinches about how people get beat in comic books. Well, I don't want to say nobody, but the most powerful villain, Dr. Doom, was once assaulted by Luke Cage because he owed him $5. That's a legitimate. I'll post that in the community tab. But he owed Luke Cage $5, and Luke Cage came to Latveria and beat his ass. That happened. So, yeah.
That happens all the time in comics, I feel like.
Yeah. So, All
right, we can get a few more, and then we're going to switch over to the topics again real quick. 80s Kid says, I want live action Avengers Earth Mightiest Heroes.
That would be fun.
I've watched a few episodes of that. That was pretty good. Zacatech reviews, he ain't. Okay. Sorry, guys. I don't use language on my channel. I know I've had a couple guests that have, but you won't hear it out of me. So.
Oh no, I'm sorry.
When it gets to those comments, I just won't. I'll just skip over the words.
Well, let me say it. He ain't ish. That King. King ain't ish because he got beat down by some ants. So I understand what Zach was saying.
Yeah.
And I can see why people feel that way. But
yeah,
put some respect on.
He says I still have no idea what heels is. Haha. Yeah. Well, I feel like that's part of the problem with the show is it didn't reach enough people, and maybe being on Stars was an issue for that. I don't know how many people are still watching Stars.
I don't remember the last thing I watched on Stars.
Yeah. And I got to say, I don't subscribe to Stars, but I was watching the show. So
Mhm.
All right, last comment I'm going to read. The first Halloween movie sucked, and that came from my beautiful wife, Chelsea Smith.
Hey, Miss Minutes,
So,
the less evil one, because you know Miss Minutes is evil, right?
yeah,
Are we all in
yeah.
agreement that Miss Minutes is
Oh,
evil and
I agree.
behind
And I
everything?
hope we can also all agree that Tara Strong, is that who
Yeah,
voices Miss Minutes? She is
yeah,
phenomenal.
she does a great job. Yeah, but from episode one, I was like, I don't trust that clock. Like Miss
Don't
Minutes is
trust that
evil.
clock.
I'm trying to tell you.
All right. Next, whoop, we already did that one. Next topic I wanted to bring up is this week's box office. Ken, have you looked at this week's box office yet?
I have not.
Okay. We're going to bring it up here. I've got Box Office Mojo ready to go.
Hey.
If I can find where it's at here, right here. And this is showing the domestic for this week and really opening weekend. That's the big thing we want to look at. At number one this week, we've got Paw Patrol: The Mighty Movie, bringing in 23 million domestically this week. What you think about Paw Patrol at number one?
So it earned it.
Uh-huh.
Obviously, the kids really enjoyed it, and the adults that took them really enjoyed taking. I don't know if they enjoyed taking them, but obviously there was a lot of kids who like Paw Patrol. Paw Patrol's super popular, so I just feel like there are at least two movies directly below it
That should
that
have been.
probably
And
wish that they made more.
I'm gonna say I'm surprised by 2 and 3 that the order that they're in right now. So
That too.
Saw X number 2 and Creator number 3, making 18 million and 14 million respectively. I'm shocked that the Creator is number 3 opening weekend.
I am too. And also, let me say this: the Creators trailers were great to me. They were great. I don't want to hear any more complaints about there not being any new movies outside of franchise movies when people do not support the original IPs that come out.
Because look at the 2 others that released this weekend that are above it, both franchise movies. I mean, one
Both
of them is a kids
franchise
movie.
movies. Yeah.
I shouldn't put that in the category just because it's a little bit of a different. Um,
Oh no, it's definitely a franchise for sure.
yeah, yeah. It's a niche audience, but it's also one of the only kids movies in the theaters right now.
Yeah, that's true.
So I mean that probably helps to that. Even though everybody always tells me that theaters are a family place or a kid's place to go, and I don't ever see kids going to the movies.
Hot take: children should not be allowed in movie theaters
Past 5 o'clock, you think, or
past 5 o'clock,
like I think a
unless it is
Saturday
a
at noon, bringing your
kids
kid to a
movie.
movie. Yeah,
Unless
kids
it's a
movie
kids
Saturday at
movie,
noon.
keep your child out of my Haunting in Venice theater crying while Hercule Poirot is trying to solve a mystery. I don't understand why I've had kid. Remember, Talk to Me came out a few months ago. There was a youngling in Talk to Me, and I'm like, what's
Yeah,
happening here? Now I'm empathetic to people who have kids. Oh, I couldn't find a babysitter. Hey man, sometimes life is just hard.
yep.
I'm not bringing my child to an adult oriented film because I don't want to be the person to ruin anybody else's experience. And I would hope that other people would have the same level of empathy
Yeah.
for others.
Yeah, back on these movies, I just saw X. I feel like 18 million is probably solid for them. They're probably happy with that because that's not going to be a movie
Mhm.
that took a big budget to make.
Yeah,
The Creator, though, at 14, I don't
the
think we're getting a
creator looked
sequel.
like it cost some money.
I don't know if it's set up for a sequel, but after this, I
It's
don't think
not.
we're going to get one. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, it's a standalone.
Is this movie? I don't think it's going to make its money back.
Wait,
Um,
what studio released the creator?
it says Walt Disney.
Really?
I assume
I'm
through.
surprised by that.
I assume through Searchlight or through one of those 20th Century Studios or something like that. I imagine is
Mhm.
probably that they own is probably which part of Disney did it. But yeah, I was disappointed to see those numbers. I mean, I didn't go out and support it myself this weekend because I couldn't. I didn't have the time and resources to do it this weekend. But I am disappointed to see that. I hope it does better overseas. I mean, we've seen it before where we have a low opening here and it does good overseas and it makes its money back. And maybe
Yeah.
Creator can do it that way. So we'll keep an eye on that and see. Rounding out that top 5, The Nun 2 is still up there. How many weeks has that been in now? I don't think it shows on
I'm not
this
sure.
list.
It's been a couple weeks though.
Another almost 5 million for Nun 2. The Blind opened this weekend, and I don't know what The Blind is.
I've never heard of that before, which
Yeah,
probably
and it
means
got another
it's a religious movie, to be honest with you.
okay.
And that's no slight on religious movies, but they
Oh,
tend
is
to
that
make
the
money.
Duck Dynasty one? I did see that the one about the guys from Duck Dynasty, like their story or something.
Oh no!
I bet you that's that one. I saw a trailer for that, and The Blind
Let me
sounds
look
like
it
it
up.
would be that.
The Blind. Yes, Duck Dynasty.
Okay, so that's what that one was. I don't think it had a. Okay, so that makes it. I don't think it had a
It's got a
wide. I think it was
99% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Does it? Okay.
99% and Fandango.
That's interesting.
That's impressive. Yeah.
Very interesting. Okay, so that got number 5 this weekend. So that's kind of cool to see a movie a little bit different get up there. Haunting of Venice is still up there with 3.8. It's got a total gross of 31 million now. So that's cool. Oh, I didn't even notice The Nun's up to 76. This is all domestic numbers too.
That's pretty good.
I don't have the worldwide brought up, but that's just domestic. So that's nice for The Nun to be up that high on that. That's cool. Haunting of Venice, Dumb Money.
The Nun 2's budget was $22 million.
Wow.
No, that's The Nun. I'm sorry.
Dumb Money is the only one of these that took an upward in percentage. But at the same time, Dumb Money just opened wide. It was a limited release last weekend for it. So
yeah,
it makes sense that it had a higher thing because it was put in a whole lot more theaters this weekend.
I have it now. The Nun 2 budget is $38 million. So it's made almost double its investment.
Oh wow, yeah. That's awesome. And that's just domestically. That's not even what it's done worldwide.
Yeah.
So that's great.
I'm gonna look up the creator's budget real quick.
Okay.
The creator's budget was $80 million.
Oh no.
Yikes on every bike in America.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
The Money equals 3 Expendables on here. Oh, it's second weekend, and we're looking at a total of 13 million. That movie just didn't do it. Yeah. Anyway, so that's this week's box office. We see what's leading the pack. I can't help myself.
Hilarious, number 1. Number 2, I think it's important that we talk about not that we talk about like right now because it's your show. That we talk about in the future. I know a lot of like superhero movies have been be like, oh, nobody wants to watch Disney because it's all bombing and blah 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 blah. And it's finally chickens coming home to roost with your wokeness. It really feels like almost every movie that came out this year bombed.
Yeah.
No matter what movie it was, it feels like almost every movie bombed. So I don't think it has to do anything with wokeness. I think it has a lot to do with people just aren't interested in what's going to the theater. At least they aren't in the same way as they used to be. So
yeah,
who knows?
People are going to less of them, it seems like.
Post-pandemic.
Picking and choosing more than what they used to do.
Yep.
Well, on from box office, let's talk about what's opening in theaters next weekend. And one of them is, did I misspell that? I don't even know what I'm doing. Exorcist Believer.
Yeah, that's right.
Is that correct? Okay.
I know it's correct because of how many times I've misspelled Exorcist.
So I was thinking I was right when I typed it, but then I'm looking at it now and I'm like, no, I don't have faith in myself. So, But Exorcist Believer opens next weekend. Ken, are you excited for this one?
I am. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it because like I said, I just did review The Exorcist, and that was cool. That was really fun. It was interesting. There's a lot to it. So this movie, obviously, I don't think will be to the same level of quality as The Exorcist was. I know people have different varying views on it. But I think that for it being on its own, it's a 2023 version of a horror movie. It looks good. The trailers were good. I was creeped out. It gives me everything I want. It looks like it's going to give me everything I want out of a horror movie. What are those things? Number 1, I need to yell at the protagonist to get out of the house or out of the situation because that's what you do. The protagonist make a ridiculous decision and you want them to stop it, but they won't. And that's the entertaining part. Number 2, stop summoning things in your house. And so that's one of the things I would like to tell people who are in these exorcist or whatever situations, whether it's Evil Dead or wherever. If you find a Book of the Dead, an evil book, or you find a Ouija board, burn it, throw it out, shred it, whatever you have to do. Don't
Yep.
play with it. So it's giving me all of those vibes. So I'm really just hoping that the movie delivers. And the two young actresses are playing the main possessed girls. They look to be doing a really good job. Looks like you're back. they
I
they
just
look to be doing a really
I just
good
thought
job.
I'd check while you were talking to see if it ever rebooted and fixed itself, but it didn't. So
Gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm excited for it.
I'm interested in it. I can't say I'm excited for it because I don't get
Mhm.
excited for horror movies, but I'm interested in it. And yeah, the
Are
girl
you
coming
taking
back
Miss
from
Minutes?
the original. I don't know if we'll be able to go through it. It's really hard right now. She's doing classes on the weekends, and it makes it really difficult to make time to go to the movies. So we're having to really pick and choose more than we normally have to on when we're
Gotcha.
going to see a movie
That makes
right
sense.
now. So when she gets done with these classes in November, things will start picking up again, and we'll be able to see some more stuff. But right now, it just depends on how things work out next weekend.
I mean, if anything, it'll probably be in streaming in like 45 days. So
You're probably right. Probably right. All right, I'm gonna run through these last few things real quick, and then we're gonna read comments and get done with the stream because we're already over 2 hours in tonight.
awesome.
I will tell you guys what I'm watching this week, and ask him what he's watching this week or what he's watched this week. And I'm gonna start with the movies that I watched, and that was I watched The Wonderful Story of Henry Sugar. I'm going to put out a short review for this later for a short movie. This movie is only like 39 minutes. Of course,
Is that the Benedict Cumberbatch movie?
It's Benedict Cumberbatch. It's got Ray Fiennes. It's got Sir Ben Kingsley in this,
Oh,
and it's actually I didn't know what to think
That
of
is
it
a
because I
cast.
know you were a fan of the Wes Anderson movie earlier this year.
gosh, I know exactly what you're talking about.
I always know it until
Asteroid
City.
Asteroid City.
Asteroid City. I
Yeah, I
wasn't
really
the biggest
did. I
fan of
liked
that movie. I thought it was okay,
Mhm.
but it was another one of those. If you bore me, you bore me, and I can't keep up. I can't just like you lose me once you bore me, and that's kind of how I felt with that one. This one, it was slow paced, but
Yeah.
everything that was being said was very interesting. I'm not going to get into details of this movie because I don't want to go spoilers, and I want to save some for my review. But the whole narration with Benedict throughout this movie, and you see this in the trailers if you watch the trailers, he's narrating kind of the story about himself, and it's a very intriguing story. I know it's based off of Roald Dahl. Am I saying that right?
I'm not sure.
The books. Anyway, it's based off of a short story, and this is a short movie, so it's very interesting. I hope everybody gets a chance to watch it. It's on Netflix. Have you had any looks at this movie or heard anything much about this?
I honestly hadn't heard about it until you guys started mentioning it in the Discord. So it's something I'm going to have to check out for myself for sure. I haven't even seen the trailer for it, so yeah.
Gotcha. I also this week watched Scooby-Doo and Crypto 2.
And
nice. This is one of the most fun things I've seen in a little while. I will say I got cut off. We had some company come in while we were in the middle of watching last night. So the last part of the movie, I actually was halfway watching, half not when we had some company show up. But I had so much fun with this. We sat down with the kiddo to watch it. He watched part of it. He was back and forth with his toys and watching and that kind of thing for a 2-year-old.
Yeah, for sure.
There were so many things for comic book lovers in this, like little throwback Easter eggs throughout the movie. And seeing there's this one. It's not giving away plot details. Hopefully, you guys don't consider this a spoiler if you do plan to watch this. There's this one moment where Velma loses her glasses, like Velma does with Scooby-Doo.
Yep.
And Lois Lane's standing next to her, and she doesn't recognize Velma. And I thought that was the most genius.
That's great.
They're talking, and she's like, "I don't see Velma. Where's Velma?" And then
that is phenomenal.
They said, "This is Velma," and she goes, "No, Velma wears glasses." And I was just like, "Great,
that is genius."
So
that's called good writing.
There was a lot of those type of moments throughout this cartoon that went straight to DVD or whatever this week, and I just got to say I love it. If you've got kids, this is one you can watch with your family because it's a lot of fun. So I wanted to bring that one up, even though that's not one people were really talking about. And Crypto Superdog's always fun to see. So especially him with Scooby-Doo back and forth, that was cool. Batman 1966. I'm bringing this one up because I did watch this for the Does It Hold Up review. And I just want to tell you guys, this is my plug here. I've got a new series called Does It Hold Up? We're 3 episodes in on it. We watched 3 movies. The newest one that you guys voted on was Batman from 1966. I've got my review up now. If you want to see what my opinion on was on that, you can go to my channel, find that video, watch it, and you can go and until Tuesday, the poll's up till Tuesday morning to vote for the next, which are going to be all 4 options are Disney movies from like the 70s, 80s era. There's The Rescuers, there's Oliver and Company, there's Great Mouse Detective, and there's, what was the 4th one? Fox and the Hound, which is actually winning the poll right now. So go check that out if you want to vote on that. Be sure to do that, and we'll have that video up later this week. I think on Friday is when I'm planning to get that one.
I know I've already voted. I cast my vote for not Fox and the Hound, but Oliver and Company.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there's that. So you guys go vote on that. I'm having a lot of fun with this series. I hope you guys are too. And that's it for my movies that I've watched this week. So I'm going to ask you, Ken, what have you watched this week? Is there anything interesting that you want to talk about?
Yeah, I watched a few movies this week. So I watched Coraline. I did that for a future video that Spoiler Kings will be putting out. Coraline was really good. It was the first time I'd ever seen it. It's very creepy. It's supposed to be a kid's movie, but there's a lot of elements in it that are just kind of like, is this
You hope go over their heads.
You really do, because there are some moments. But yeah, I thought that the film was really well done. And I thought it was a Tim Burton movie, but it's not. It looks like one, it feels like one, it sounds like one, it operates like one, but it's not a Tim Burton movie. And credit to the director who was able to take that type of style and put his own spin on it. So I really did like Coraline. I thought that was a really good Halloween movie. I've also seen The Exorcist. I watched that this week. This past week, I put out a review for it that's on the channel right now for the Unseen Movie Marathon. For the 1973 movie. I hope that you guys check that out and let me know what your thoughts in the comments and like the video. And I've also watched Godzilla, the 1954 movie. This is the very first one. I'm not finished it yet because I'm still trying to get through it. I have thoughts, but yeah. And I'm also watching for the 1974 Unseen Movie Marathon review, Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla. That movie is a lot of damn fun, and I cannot wait to finish it. I started watching it a little bit before the stream, and I'm excited. Oh, and finally, of course, I watched The Creator. The Creator was so much fun. It was good. I cannot wait to watch Zack Attack review of it. He actually just put his review out not too long ago, not just a couple hours ago. So I hope that you guys go and check out his review. My review will be out sometime during this week. So I really hope that that you guys go out and see it and we can talk about it. I know Dark Movies also watched The Creator and did a review with Optimistic Forever. So I hope that you guys go and check out his stream on it. I really enjoyed The Creator and hope that you guys get a chance to engage in everyone's channels and their thoughts on it. So yeah, that's everything I watched this week. And I watched a little bit of One Piece, a little bit more of One Piece. I'm like slowly making my way through the series, but the series is really good and I'm having a really good time. So yeah.
Any other shows? Was that the show you've been watching? Or?
That was the only show I've watched, really.
Okay.
I haven't. Yeah, that's it. Okay. That's it.
Well, I got to tell you, going through this list of movies and shows, I think I've been watching too much TV this week. I have also watched Walking Dead Daryl Dixon today, so I just watched the new episode of that because it's on Sundays. This show has been Last of Us 2.0.
Yeah.
Last of Us 2.0. Did I not put Ahsoka in my list? I did not put Ahsoka in my list. I did watch Ahsoka this week as well, so you can add that to my list. So I watched that. Watched Walking Dead Daryl Dixon, which again, like Last of Us 2.0, it's got the him taking a kid trying to get him somewhere type story, which we're seeing way too much lately, but that's okay. It's still been very good. Great spinoff for the Walking Dead franchise when not everything always hits with it. This one definitely does. The morning show on Apple TV is continuing to be a great show. I love this week's episode. This is the one with Jennifer Aniston and Reese Witherspoon. The first 2 seasons had Steve Carell. He's now exited the show, but they brought in John Hamm this season, and it's really great. It's a morning news. It's a morning news story. Drama. Really great storytelling.
I've only seen the very first episode.
Really enjoy that show. So I've been watching that. I watched The Masked Singer. It's the only reality show I really watch.
Yeah.
But me and my wife have a great time trying to figure out who the people are. So that series started back this week, that season. So I'm enjoying that. My wife and I are also watching Smallville. We've been doing some rewatching of it the past couple months. Honestly, we're in season 8 now on the rewatch because she's never watched the series, and this is
Okay.
one of the shows that like that I loved growing up, and or as a because I grew up with Smallville, so
Same.
I love this show, and I loved every season. Rewatching it, I'm like, oh, I didn't remember that, and it's really cool because I've also been listening to the Talkville podcast. You see me wear a Talkville hat every once in a while. That's from Michael Rosenbaum and Tom Welling rewatching the show themselves. They're in their 3rd season right now, so I've been listening
nice.
to that podcast every single week, and they break down the episodes. There's stuff they don't even remember they did in that show, so that's really cool to watch. Not that I'm advertising their podcast, but it is a fun podcast to listen to. So that's been fun to do while also watching Smallville in the meantime. And I'm also watching Only Murders in the Building.
Oh no!
So I've got all these shows going right now, and this season of Only Murders has been very interesting. It already had greats like Steve Martin and Martin Short, Selena Gomez in this show. This season they brought in Meryl Streep. This season they brought in Paul Rudd, and this season they brought in I would have told you the girl. She's in Joyride. She's one of the 4 girls in Joyride. Not Elizabeth Shue.
Stephanie Sue?
Or not Shue. What is? I can't think of her name. One of the other actresses that was in Joyride is also in this season of Only Murders, and she's doing fantastic. And she's got a great singing voice. If you're looking at the cast, maybe you can tell me which one it was.
Yeah. Ashley Park.
Ashley Park. That's it.
Yep.
Ashley Park is in this season of Only Murders, and she's doing a great job too. So I'm enjoying this show. I don't know. Have you watched any of these shows before? You got any thoughts on any of these?
Yeah, so I watched the first 2 seasons of Only Murders in the Building. Really enjoyed that show. I haven't gotten to season 3 as of yet. I did watch Smallville, and I have a very short story about that. I was in karate class at one point, and I was like, I really wanted to do karate class, and then Smallville came out, and it came out on Tuesdays. I think it was like Tuesdays and Thursdays or something like that. But yeah, it came out on Tuesdays or Thursdays, one of the two. And it came out at the exact same time that the new episode of Smallville would come out. And I essentially quit karate class to watch Smallville because it was that. And back in the day, there were no like there were VHSs, but there was nothing on demand. So if you missed an episode or something, you just missed it. So yeah. So like you said, I watched Ahsoka as well, and that's really. Oh yeah, no, I did watch this other show called The Other Black Girl. I watched the first 2 episodes of that.
Okay,
really enjoyed that, and I'm looking forward to continuing. Okay. It's got about 8 episodes, 8 or 10 episodes out already. So yeah, I think that the season or series is done. But yeah, that just came out this year, and I really enjoyed that.
Cool. Well, that's all good to hear. And from that, we are to the comment section. So we're going to read comments and finish up the stream that way today.
Awesome.
All right, let's see. Last thing we read was my wife saying Halloween sucked, and dark movies, not the old classic Halloween. Oh, Spoiler Kings. Oh, the hate DJ is about to get. Let's see what my mama says, because I know she's a fan. Poor DJ. LOL. I made him watch Halloween and Hocus Pocus every year for Halloween. Yes, she did. And there's a reason. Well, I mean, that I still like Hocus Pocus pretty good. I don't love it, but I like it. So I don't know that her making me watch that every year was the reason.
I don't think I've ever seen Hocus Pocus.
Really?
I've never seen it. No.
Okay. If you do, I don't recommend watching the second one. Spoiler Kings. OMG, Zen is breaking my heart. Nightmare Before Christmas is on my house. It's on my house every day from October through December. It's literally on TV right now.
It's just.
Oh, he's saying Ken is breaking my heart. Okay.
Yeah, it's just, it didn't hold up for me, unfortunately. I did love it for a long time. It had a lot of love in my heart. But yeah, it just didn't hold up for me the last time I saw it.
I'll tell you, my kid loved the music.
Yeah.
He was dancing all over the music.
We were making gingerbread houses, me and my wife, and watching Nightmare Before Christmas, and I was just like, I wasn't even paying attention to the movie. Yeah.
80s Kiss says, really? Alrighty then.
Classic.
80s Kid says, I want to watch Superman Legacy as a movie by itself. I'm tired of after credits. Well, I disappoint you, but that one's going to have some after
It's
credits.
definitely
I'm
gonna
sure.
have some after credits.
And it's
Yeah.
not going to be a standalone movie. That is going
I've
to lead into
never
other
heard of
things.
anyone being anti after credits.
I think he's just referring to the fact he don't want things to link together. He wants everything to be standalone from the sound of it.
Oh, gotcha.
That's what I'm
Oh
getting
yeah,
out of
I
it.
can understand that. I can understand that. But just
And
by the
after
nature of what
credits
we know
pretty
about
well
the movie,
means, yeah.
yeah, because we know Lantern's in it, Hawk Girl's in it, Mr. Terrific is in it as well.
Yep.
It lends itself to continuing
it's definitely
down the road.
yeah. Zacatech says, good night, guys. Have a great stream. Good night, Zach. We're going to be
Night,
getting to bed
Zach.
ourselves as soon as these comments are done.
Yep.
Or at least I know I
I'm
am.
gonna
I
be
got to work.
recording a bunch of things.
I got to get up for work in like 5 hours. So, Kitty's Kid says, good night. Dark movies. I'm not talking about E.T. I don't even know what I was talking about. Haha. Okay. When he was referring to, never heard of that movie. Mama Minute says, OMG, I'm going to quit listening. I'm too old. Jaws, E.T., OMG. I was a small child watching the Friday the 13th at the drive-in. Yeah, Mom. You're old. No.
Oh no, DJ. DJ. Respect your
boy.
mother, sir. What's going on here?
Old in a good way. I meant that in the nicest way.
All right.
No, I love my mama. I love
During
my
the
mama.
pandemic, because the movie theaters were closed, essentially, that was the first time I went to a drive-in, and that was really
Yeah.
cool. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, my wife was the same way. She had never been to a drive-in. I think my mom's probably one that brought me. My mom, for every joke I make, like she's one of the reasons I love movies because she showed me everything growing up. And every Tuesday, we was at our local movie rental store. She got literally every movie that come out every week, brought it home. We watched everything as I was growing up, every single week. A movies, B movies, C movies, D movies. It didn't matter how bad budget the movie was. We watched all of them. So
That's awesome. Man.
She is one of my reasons for loving movies. So
you can definitely tell Mama
I talk a little bit,
awesome.
But yeah. So I brought my wife to the drive-in during the pandemic as well for her birthday because that was like the only theaters that were open. So we drove up to Memphis. In a real sketch part of town, to be honest, in Memphis, which is kind of scary for us. But because in this drive-through, it was like the whole drive, the parking lot was all busted up. Like you were just like doing this the whole way through. And the
mistake we made was we left the car on. So when we were ready to leave, the battery was dead.
Oh no!
Yeah,
oh, no.
I had to figure that out.
Well, we watched Empire Strikes Back at the drive-in. They had it playing that weekend, and that was a lot of fun to go see a Star Wars movie. On the drive-in theater screen. We had a great time
we
for our
saw,
birthday.
Black Panther.
Oh, nice. Well, see, that one was playing on a screen behind us over there because when we got done with ours, we kind of turned around and just kind of looked over at that one, even though we didn't have the sound for it. And that was cool. So, yeah. So we watched Empire. Had a great weekend for her birthday weekend. 9 months later, my son was born. It was a great time. All right, let's see.
I'm going to leave that alone.
My wife says I've never seen E.T. either. She hasn't. We've been talking about she needs to watch it sometime. So we will get around to that, and I will show her that.
That sounds awesome.
80s Kid says, wait, I know what my favorite movie is, but it's a secret. It will be revealed in the upcoming video. Here's a hint. It's a comic book film. Well, that's a pretty vague hint, but okay.
There's quite a few of those.
Looks like we both posted. I don't remember doing that, but
no. So whenever I post, it posts for both of us.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, it's like the other day when I posted something on there when I was on your stream and we weren't streaming to both.
Yeah,
it come up under your name. So, 80s Kid says one more hint: Aerosmith did the theme song for the movie. Aerosmith did the theme song for a superhero movie or a comic book movie.
That.
I'm not sure what that would be. 1 minute. Have y'all seen Goonies, Sandlot, and Lost Boys? Well, you already know I've seen all three, Mom. I don't know.
So I haven't.
Okay.
I have seen Lost Boys. I really enjoyed that. But other than that, I haven't seen Goonies or Sandlot.
I think Goonies and Lost Boys are both good candidates to be rebooted because I don't
Okay.
think the effects in those movies work today.
Mhm.
Even though they were both good movies, I don't think they work as well today the way they
Yeah.
were made. Sandlot, though, yeah, you could rewatch Sandlot anytime and it works just fine. I love Sandlot; it's a great movie. Spoiler Kings, Jaws is a classic, still one of the best monsters of all time. They had him so much, and he was so scary still. Yeah. So, and that's the thing today. It seems like we see our monsters too often throughout the movie.
You think so?
I think so. I think that was part of my problem with No One Will Save You. Is dude, I was more scared watching Signs
Yeah.
than I was with No One Will Save You for an alien type thing. Just
Yeah.
because when
I
you
tend to
see
agree.
in the first part of that movie leading up, and when you see the feet come down, and you just kind of when you're just seeing the bottom part, the legs and the feet and stuff, and when she's hiding under the bed and all that stuff, like that part was cool to me, and I was into it during that. Once we started seeing the alien, I'm out of it, from that point as far as the horror aspect of the movie.
Yeah, so the issue for me is similar to yours, but I'll also add in that the alien was generic as hell. It looks like
Yep.
any Party City alien costume that you could come up with, and that
Yeah.
was one of my bigger issues with it. Now I'm talking about the one that was spoilers.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So let's just move on from that. But yeah, Jaws
Yeah.
is a classic. It definitely holds up 100%. It is one of the best examples of human negligence out of greed and out of peer pressure that I've ever seen. Because that beach should have been closed the moment they saw a shark, but they kept it open because they just like, oh, we have the festival coming up. Okay, let all your townspeople die at the festival because you're afraid to close it. Like that's
Yeah.
what, dude. Come on. Yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah,
Yeah.
Jaws definitely holds
Jaws
up.
did a great job with that.
Yeah.
Not bringing the shark out too often.
Yep.
And I like
Totally
that.
agree.
And I like that in a monster movie. 80s Kid says Goonies. Spoiler Kings Bad Batch was slightly above average for me. Okay, that's fair.
It's okay. Yeah. It's not a bad show. It's just solid.
I mean, I'd rather rewatch Bad Batch than rewatch Obi-Wan or Boba Fett. So there's that.
I'll give you Boba Fett for sure. Yeah, you know what? I would probably rather watch Bad Batch than Obi-Wan and Boba Fett only because
I mean, I'd probably skip a few episodes here and there, but
yeah,
just overall, I'd probably
I watched the entirety of season 1 of Bad Batch, and I've only watched like 2 or 3 episodes of season 2.
Oh, really? Yeah. I honestly didn't like season 2 as much as 1. I did like 1 better.
Yeah.
But 80s Kid says he's not my favorite clone trooper, but Hauser from Bad Batch is a cool character. He would be in my top 10 favorite clones. Okay.
Nice.
Frazier is the beast.
Yeah. That's from when we were talking about X-Men 3.
Spoiler King's Magneto was perfect. He was so bad A without trying to be bad A.
Correct. 100%.
Spoiler King's OMG, that was the worst storm. The whole Fox X-Men sucked. I'll forever hate Bryan Singer for ruining the first on-screen X-Men. Wow, that
is a take.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't agree with that necessarily.
I love the first 2 X-Men movies.
Yeah. So I'll be very quick because I know I can be long-winded. I view every superhero iteration as its own universe, right? Separate from the comics, separate from other versions of itself. So to me, I'm okay with directors giving their iteration of what they would like to see out of the X-Men. However, that does not mean I have to like it. But I do want to give you the freedom in order to, you know what I mean? So in terms of that storm, not my favorite. But I did like a lot of the other characters. I did not like the fact that Cyclops was sidelined to such a heavy degree. But yeah, I did like I love Professor X and Magneto and their portrayals. And I like Wolverine, even though he was like a foot or two taller than what he's supposed to be. But at the same time, like I said, different universe, do what you want. Tell me a good story about these characters that they don't have to match my expectations of the comics. It just has to be a good story.
I got you. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think I've got a soft spot for Storm right now because of my wife, because that's her favorite, like Marvel character. Storm and Nightcrawler are her two go-tos on Marvel characters, and
Yeah,
and she loves the movie versions of both those characters because she's never read a comic.
Nightcrawler and X2 was awesome.
So good. That's like I
Awesome.
had to buy her the Funko Pop of Storm from Days of Future Past. I've got that Funko, and then
Awesome.
the Nightcrawler, and that's the Halle Berry Storm from Days of Future Past.
Yeah,
She's the only one that was in that one out of Storm. Yeah, we didn't have
Yeah.
the other one yet. And then the Nightcrawler from X-Men 2, I've got that Funko Pop up there too, and
that opening scene.
those are hers.
Next two is amazing.
It's so good. One of the best scenes in comic book history.
Days of Future Past is so weird, and it's probably my favorite X-Men movie. But it's sandwiched between all these other X-Men movies that are horrible. No, First Class isn't horrible, but I don't love it as much as other people do.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, amazing. And then it's two straight, like, oh my God, why did you make this? You know, so it's so strange how that is just snubbed right in between those other second series of X-Men movies.
Yeah, to me, X-Men 2 was my favorite, but Days of Future is probably my second favorite, and then back to the X-Men 1, and I don't know from there.
Yeah, X2, X1.
Now that's not counting like Deadpool and Logan and those movies like don't have X-Men in their title, but
yeah. I think for me it's Days of Future Past, Days of Futures Past, X2, X1, First Class. And then all the other ones you could just put somewhere
wherever you want.
Yeah. Although I did like The Wolverine, the one where he's in Japan. I actually liked that movie until the last fight scene, which is just dumb. But yeah, other than that, the movie is entertaining.
Thanks. Hello, nobody bought Quantumania figgies at my local Walmart. Hello, oops, my bad. No, I don't know if there was a lot of them bought at mine either. That's what I was looking around, and I'm not really seeing much. I really can't count the Loki. He who must not be whatever he is. I'm trying to mix him up with Voldemort. Anyway,
hold on. I forgot that I actually have all these Loki Funko Pops. Just
nice. Yeah. Yeah, but I did buy one Funko Pop from Quantumania, and that's my MODOK.
Oh wow. That MODOK was a character that existed. That's for sure.
He was so funny to me. I was laughing so much at that MODOK. At least I died an Avenger. Man, that was
that was the funniest line in the movie. That was so funny. Everybody else was like, just let him have it. It was so funny.
Yeah. That moment made up for everything else for me when he said, at least I died an Avenger, and then Paul Rudd's face after he said it. Like that was like
that was legitimately hilarious. I really enjoyed that.
Let's see. Spoiler King, expression reviews. Oh, there we go.
There's
the link to get to Preston there. Awesome. Thank you, Spoiler Kings, for putting that in there. A's Kid Wolverine said to Cyclops, I go where I want to go. Yep.
Oh, yep.
Moment says you hadn't mentioned Fantastic Four when I wrote that an hour ago. Okay. Dark Movies. What stars?
It's a cable channel that we have in the US. They have their own shows and they play like movies that have been out of the theater for a minute. It's similar to HBO and Showtime.
Stars with a Z, because I know some countries have a Stars tab on their Disney Plus, which gets you all the stuff that's normally on Hulu a lot of times. But Stars here that we have for that is STARZ.
Yeah,
and it's a show that's on that. So if you don't have Stars in I never can think of his country. Norway,
yeah.
If you don't have Stars there, then you probably haven't seen Heels, because that's a show for that. So,
80s Kid says good night. New Zealand, but it's Norway. Yeah.
80s Kid says good night. Good night, 80s Kid. Thanks for joining. You're always a great commenter in these, and I know we're going pretty late, so I don't blame you. Jason, the power of Kim K for Paw Patrol.
Was she in Paw Patrol? Was she
I don't know.
Props to her.
Awesome. Spoiler Kings, not surprised at all. Paw Patrol's #1 and Saw #2, but Creator is such beyond a great movie.
Yep, I totally agree.
Dark movies.
Eyes.
Spoiler Kings, Saw is known and beloved. Not surprised it beat Creator, but a massive popular show like Paw Patrol on the big screen was an easy win. Okay.
Yep.
Dark movies. How do you define kids?
Some of us are big kids. Some of us are kid kids.
Yep.
Some of us are Toys R Us kids.
Yeah, I've heard that there's some movies where they won't let him in if he's not 18.
Really?
There's movies he's had to miss out. I want to think Saw 10 or Saw X was one of those that he mentioned that on Zach Milne's stream the other day that he can't go watch or something like that because of not being old enough to go in to see it, and they have strict rules. Not even like with another whatever, he can't go in. So that's the point. He also mentioned during his stream the other day that Strays was releasing, and did you see what they renamed it in Norway or in his country where he's at?
Doggy Style?
Doggy Style was what they named it. I'm like, why?
Was that supposed to be better?
I don't know.
That's worse, actually.
So Strays is Doggy Style in Norway, just in case anybody wanted that little tidbit of information. Jason Entertainment, it really sucks for Creator. Seriously, hopefully it'll make the century mark.
Yeah, I agree. Hopefully it does.
Jason says, Spoiler Kings, hey man, what's up? Jason also says it should make its money back because it costs like $80 million.
You would hope. But starting out at 14 isn't a good sign.
No.
Because not only do you have
there's a drop off
production budget, you also have the marketing budget as well.
Yeah. Spoiler Kings, what's up? Jason, Mama Minute says Saw has been overdone, so I'm not sure about that one. Yeah, I've heard really good things about this Saw, though. I mean, I know it has been overdone, and I wasn't even looking forward to this, but the reception for this has been pretty good. So I might have to check it out. And it's a prequel or a flashback to like between 1 or 2 or 2 and 3 or something, right?
Mm-hmm. I have no idea, honestly.
So
I haven't seen a Saw since Saw 3, I think.
Okay. Well, so I know it's got the guy back that died, so it's got to be.
I did see that.
Something. Yeah. Mama Minute's The Nun 2, yes. And she's Equalizer. Oh, she's from our box office, the page, what it was showing. Mama Minute's The Nun. You got to take me to see that for your birthday. I don't think so, Mom. Yeah, my birthday's coming up, but I've got the Marvels coming out around my birthday, so I know what I'm going to go watch.
Someone telling you that you got to take someone somewhere for your birthday is hilarious.
Yeah, you got to know my mom. Spoiler Kings, the creator budget is super low for how amazing it looked.
Totally agree.
It'll do worldwide.
Totally agree. Yeah,
just from the trailers, I was shocked that's what the budget is just from seeing what the trailers are for it.
And it looks better than the trailers. It's great.
Spoiler Kings, Elemental did good by the end of its run. Because worldwide numbers, I've seen some of that. I'm happy for Elemental because I didn't think it was going to make its money, and I think it's a better movie than what it started out looking like the box office was going to make it. So,
my friend over the weekend told me that his daughter wanted to watch Elemental, and he had not really had much interest in it. He said that he watched it and was really surprised by how good it actually is. I haven't seen it myself, so I can't speak to it.
I think I'm going to skip that comment. Mom. I'm just going to leave that alone.
I guess you can say that.
All right. Dark movies. Yes, kid. Dark movies. Why do people play with the spirit world? Oh, yeah.
I'm saying. Stop summoning stuff and you won't have a problem. Or you'll have less of a problem.
Dark movies. I have something planned with something about horror movies being dumb. Oh, I'm excited to see who it is you're with that and who and what that stream's like, or if that's a stream or what it is. But interesting.
That sounds interesting.
Especially knowing your love for them. That'll be a. Hey, David Wayne, please don't use that name. I know, but I go by DJ for a reason. I don't. Okay. Got to start watching on your TV and saw your setup. Love the lights. Oh, thank you. Yeah, aww. I think they look better with the other camera than they do with this, but thank you for that anyway.
They still look good, though, I would say.
Dark Movie's really excited for Believer.
Same.
Which one's Believer? Oh, Exorcist.
Exorcist Believer. Yeah.
Okay. I was thinking the movie. Okay, yeah. The movies. Have you guys watched the other though?
I watched the first one. I haven't probably won't.
Exorcist. I've watched the original, and that's all I've watched on Exorcist.
I probably won't watch the other ones.
Dark movie Swan. Dark movies Poison. Dark movies The Rat Catcher. I'm so confused right now.
Yeah, I'm lost.
Okay. Moments. I love both those dogs. LOL. Oh, Scooby-Doo and Crypto, because her next comic.
Yeah.
Okay. I watched Crypto in the original cartoon growing up. Had the best cartoons as a kid. Okay. Dark Movie says, I still can't believe my local comic book store sells Ouija boards. Ooh, yeah.
Nah. Tell them to chill out.
Yeah. Get that. Bryant Dupree. Hey, guys. Hey, thanks for joining the stream. Appreciate you being here. My minutes. LOL. Most book and toy stores sell those. Always have for a century. I don't believe in that stuff. Yeah. I just don't want to mess with it just in case.
Yeah.
Why take a chance?
Why take that risk? Exactly.
Ryan, can I ask a question? Of course you can ask a question. I'm happy to see questions come through. Hopefully not for too much longer, because if we're not done within 15 minutes, I'm probably just going to end it. So because we'll be at 3 hours.
Yeah. We should probably zoom through it.
Yeah. Dark movies. I have watched Dumb Money, Exorcist 3, Federal ended Oscar-nominated film, Fighters, Lonely Wanderer, Henry Sugar, The Creator, Jaws, and Exorcist: The Beginning. That's a lot of movies.
Yeah.
Wow. You have watched a lot this month. Or this week. Is it this week, everything you've watched? Swirl King is a series of One Piece. Is super fun. I'm on about episode 150-ish. That's a lot to watch.
Yeah. There's over 1,100 episodes of One Piece.
Dark Movies One Piece live action is amazing. Says it all in one day. Haha. Or seen I saw it all in one day. Okay. I still haven't watched it yet, but I do want to see that.
It's fun.
Dark Movies. Oh, the anime. Yeah, I'm on 70, I think. It's great. Dark Movies, there's a bunch of filler, but I love them all.
Yeah, I'm kind of anti-filler.
Haven't heard anyone talking about this. Have you watched The Continental, and or what did you guys think about it? So
I haven't watched it at all.
You've not watched it?
No.
Yeah, I haven't either, but like I said in a previous stream, I'm not going to watch it until after I watch the John Wick movies, and I'm not getting around to those yet. So I'm sure I could probably watch it before I watch those, but I'm going to kind of wait, I think, before I do.
You got some work to do.
Yeah, I'm going to watch them. I just haven't done it yet. I do want to see John Wick. I just Dark Movie Spoiler Kings. Yeah, there is a lot, but still amazing. I have a lot in my mind YouTube, so can't really watch shows anymore. Oof. Yeah, it makes it tough.
How I'm feeling now. I don't get a chance to watch a lot of movies or shows anymore.
Yeah. That's some commitment, Jason says. And he also says, Dark Movies, did you watch either Bleach or Spy Family?
Spy Family is great. I love Spy Family.
Never seen that either.
It's good.
Jason says, good night, guys. Great stream. Got to finish some editing, go to bed. Have a nice one, brothers. Well, appreciate you joining the stream. Thanks for being here. And I hope to work with you again soon, Jason. We had a lot of fun the other day. So. Mama Minute says, I've never been to a walk-in theater until I was 12 and watched Return of the Jedi.
Oh, that's great.
Oh, a walk. Okay. See, she don't want me. You don't want me calling her old, but then she's gonna say stuff like that.
Because there's a certain level of decorum and respect.
Okay. I'm just not understanding the proper etiquette. Dark Movies, Jason Entertainment. I've never seen Bleach, but Spy Family have seen, and it's amazing. But we didn't have mosquitoes either. Yeah, that is definitely an issue nowadays, or at least where I'm at. But she grew up in Southern California, so she didn't have them like we have here in Arkansas.
Got it.
Yeah, we are where I live. I am covered with mosquitoes all the time, all year round, and I'm like everything floods around here, so they're bad.
No, that makes sense.
Jason Entertainment, Dark Movies. I have scheduled my reaction for season 2 trailer for tomorrow. It's going to be epic. There's Frankie Beastmaster joined the stream. Thanks for joining us, Frankie. You're able to make it in here toward the end. Dark Movies Norway doesn't have drive-in theaters. There's not a lot around here.
Yeah, they're very few and far and few. The words I've been
Yep.
saying. Yep.
Something between. Dark says, "Oh, excited! I'll watch it." To Jason says, "Dark, me too. Amazing anime." Okay, let them talk back and forth here a little bit. Here we go. Spoiler Kings. The summer of 2019, the drive-in by me closed down over 55 years. The worst time to close because 2020 they would have made so much money. It's sad. It's still closed. That is sad. My minutes. Oh man, poor Norway. We don't anywhere close in Arkansas either. Okay. Host over 50. Host TS over 50. Frankie Beastmaster. I don't know what that.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Okay. 1 minutes. It was such fun. Heard such fun. Dark Movies. Jason. Spy Family's getting a movie. What? Did I not hear about this? I hadn't even heard about that. Dark says Jaws was really good. Glad you liked it, Dark Movies.
Yeah, man, that's awesome.
I could tell from your stream you were enjoying it. Jason, only the first Sandlot is good. Such a gem. I remember Disney Plus was supposed to have the show of Sandlot with all the original cast. It was supposed to be a sequel, but we never did hear from it anymore. I didn't even hear about that, but yeah, that's I don't even consider the other Sandlot movies after the first one. So
I didn't know there were other Sandlot movies after the first one.
They're different cast and all that kind of stuff. I think there were different cast. It's been a while, but I just remember the first one's the only one that you need to watch. Jason, it's not canceled, but we didn't get any news. Okay. Dark Movies. Oh, I don't know how I'll handle some of these comments on my reviews of all the Exorcist movie. LOL. That's the downside of reviewing older movies.
Oh no, people being jerks.
Yeah, I hope not. That's not cool. Frankie says, Jason, hot take before Jaws 2. Hot take. I'm not sure what he's saying there either. I will say Dark Movies did put out a review for, was it Exorcist 3? It was one of the movies today, and I watched the start of the intro. I hadn't got to finish his video yet, but I'm going to go back and finish it later.
Nice.
His intros are great. It's sad to
Dark
hear.
Movies does such a great job, like putting together those intros.
He put out a video yesterday or something talking, or maybe it's today. I can't remember when it was, but it was talking about how he's going to stop putting his intros in his videos and use that as a separate video instead. And I'm like, I love those intros.
Yeah, man, those intros are awesome. I don't know if you should take them out, but you do what you want with your channel, what you believe is best for your channel.
Jason said, Dark Movies, it's called Spy Family Code White and will be in theaters in Japan in December, so probably the rest of the world it should be released by April. Yeah, that's cool. Especially for everybody that's fans of that. Whoa! Yeah, how do we have this many? I'm running through now. Dark, okay. Jason, yes. Okay, still talking to Spoiler Kings. I'll give you Bad Batch over Kenobi or Boba. Okay.
Yep.
Still talking Spy Family. Looks amazing. Spoiler King says, I legit almost walked out X-Men 1 Wolverine didn't know who Sabretooth was. Like, what? Rogue was trash. Oh, I liked Rogue in those. Storm trash. Cyclops was not a leader. The blacked out paintball armor is unforgivable. Oh, okay.
Understandable. Yeah.
Yeah, I understand all your points. I did like it a lot of those things a lot more than you did for sure, though. My minutes. Good night. Good stream. Well, good night. Have a good night.
Thanks for joining us
tonight. My minutes. Oh, Ken left his in the box. LOL. Not sure what that was, but okay then. Frankie says, did know the Marvels will be 1 hour.
You know the Marvels will be an hour 46?
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard about that. I'm not exactly moved one way or another. A movie should be exactly as long as it should be.
Yeah, whether it's longer or shorter. And honestly, that's a solid runtime for a movie. I mean, it's not like it's super short
movie runtime. Yeah.
Yeah. So that don't really bother me. Dark Movies, haha, what do you mean Doggy Style is an amazing title? That was sarcasm. John Kramer's most personal story. Let's go. Still haven't seen any negative reviews on Saw X. And yeah, you're correct. I can't watch it because I'm not 18 yet. Yeah, that's what I was thinking you had said. So That's unfortunate. Oh, John Kramer's, that's the character, isn't it? Yeah, from the
Got
Saw
it.
movies. Dark Movies also missed Evil Dead Rise 2 when that was in theaters.
That's
Yeah,
my favorite horror movie of the year.
I can't imagine not being able to, like, not even have a parent get you in or something in a movie like that. That's crazy to me. But
Yeah.
different countries do it different ways.
Yep.
More minutes. I'm gonna have to look up Creator. Haven't seen that preview. Watch the newest preview, in my opinion, because I wasn't real excited with the earlier previews for it, but the new one did get me more excited for it. Whoa. What did I do? Oh, there we go. Okay. Dark Movie says Elemental was really good. I like Elemental. Elemental, I agree. You didn't like Elemental?
No, I still have to see it.
Oh, you still have to see it. Okay.
Yeah.
Dark Movies, haha. When you see this, when I said Poison, I was talking about Henry Sugar has 3 others movies with, with Wes, and those were the other ones like Henry Sugar.
Sense.
Okay, yeah, see, I've not seen any of that, but I did like this. So I don't know much about the other stuff, but I did really enjoy that. Spoiler Kings, Continental is okay, but rough start. Need to watch episode 2, though. Hope it ends great. Okay. Frankie, I'm watching Opinion, the most underrated Nickelodeon show. Sam and Cat is so good. It's only 2013, only 37 episodes. Never heard of it. I haven't watched a lot of Nickelodeon shows past like 2003 or 4 though. So
to be honest with you, like I had cable very sparingly growing up. We would have it for a week and then it would be gone the next week. So I never really got a chance to watch Nickelodeon stuff.
Dark Movie says it's 6 a.m. for me now. Okay, I'll go off now. Frankie, I'll still be here. Well, we won't be here much longer. Dark says, hey, DJ and Ken, I put a comment on your comment, and I kind of changed my mind. I'll just take my time with them, and be sure for more intros in the future in the reviews. Okay, cool. Yeah, I was kind of bummed out when I saw that you weren't going to do the intros anymore, so that's good to hear. That means I changed my mind really quickly on that. That's probably why you can't see it anymore. I deleted the announcement video. Oh, okay. So I just happened to be able to see that video before he took it back down. So.
Oh, okay. I see what Mom Minutes was saying.
Minute Smith Ken's Funkos are still in the box. Oh, yeah.
My Funko Pops up there. Yeah, I got a bunch of Funko Pops like back here that are not in the box.
I used to keep all of mine in boxes, and then I just decided one day I can't see them good enough in the boxes, and I want to display them different ways, so they're no longer in boxes.
Oh, no. I messed up my camera angle. Okay.
Frankie says, I watched it 1 hour, 51 minutes. I see Saw X, my new favorite one. Sorry, Saw 1. Ooh, that was a mouthful.
His new favorite one's Saw X and
okay.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to seeing people's reviews on Saw X. I haven't watched a lot yet, so but I do know it's supposed to be halfway decent from the people I have watched. Jason Entertainment, okay.
This is interesting.
Fun fact, North America, Strays, Norway, Doggy Styles, Latin America, it's called Son of a Why. Ha ha ha. Wow, that's
insane. That's wild. Strays is the most like tame of the titles, and they keep changing it. They keep making it worse.
Crazy. Okay.
That's really interesting.
Yeah. I finally watched that last week. I laughed through that movie quite a bit. Like I actually had some fun with it.
I still have not seen it.
Have you not? It's like I finally watched it.
I don't see a lot of movies.
I don't consider it a great movie, but it is a funny movie to watch.
It's gotta be fun.
Yeah.
Frankie
Beastmaster, because you're 50. Okay. He's commented a couple times in some other stuff that I've had. Something about 50. Like, do you think I'm 50? Do I look 50?
That's hilarious.
I'm not 50. I'm 33, and I'm proud that I'm 33. So, all right. Jason says, "My bad, son of a B." Sons of B. Oh, okay. Frankie says it's 5 a.m. for me. I got school in 3 hours. Okay. It's 11:15 for me, and I have work in like 6 hours
after midnight.
Frankie says, you're saying Eternals gets all hate while the new most overhated one now. I like Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. I liked it too.
Yeah, I like it. I just didn't love it, but I do like
Yep.
it.
I don't think I'd get the same negative
probably never
responses
watched it
doing
again.
I don't think I get the same negative responses in a live stream on that as I did the Eternals. So
Yeah.
I don't know. So I think it was like a little bit more than what some people probably try to make it out to. So, and that is all the comments. I'm not going to read any more. If you send any more, I'm probably not going to read it. So, because we got to get to bed.
10 seconds.
It is late and we need to get to bed. So, or at least I do.
4,
I've dropped
3, 2, 1, bang, 3 hours. Let's go home.
All right, sounds good. Before we get going, I want to give us both a chance just to tell you guys what we got going on our channels. And Ken, we'll start with you on that. You got anything you want to say something before we go?
Cool beans. So my channel recently renamed Kenny Sparks. That's it, just Kenny Sparks. So I have the Unseen Movie Marathon 1974 with Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla that should be coming out very soon. I also have I've recorded and need to edit State of the Franchise DCU/DCEU. So that's in the same vein of my State of the Franchise MCU video. And I also have the creator review coming out, as well as 2 other reviews that are coming out soon for Outlaw Johnny Black and A Haunting in Venice. And finally, and also Acting, which is a new series that I started off with Jason from Screens and Reviews. So that'll be all hopefully out at some point during this week. And I have some trailer reactions I need to do. So I have a lot on my plate, and I'm going to try to get out the most important things out first, and then we'll just keep moving from there.
Awesome. My channel this week, we've got another live stream.
I'm sorry. One last thing. Yep. On Thursday night, we'll be doing a Ahsoka finale stream, as well as trying to fit in Loki episode 1 into that stream as well. So it should be about a good 2-hour stream. What time that starts? Probably about 10 o'clock. That will start just because I know Loki comes out at 9 p.m. Eastern. So we just need some time to watch the show and put some questions together for it. Yep.
Yeah. And I think Scrinzen's going to try to jump in with us on that too if he gets in town. So we'll see. He may not be at the start. He may be a little bit into it, but maybe we'll just see what happens with that. But yeah, so that's going on Thursday night, you said?
Yeah.
I think that's what I had written down too. So that's great. I didn't have that wrong. So Thursday night, both of those shows. Tomorrow night, I'm going to be doing with, I think, another one of the movie tubers, maybe 2 of them. We're going to see tomorrow how that goes. But I'm going to be talking about the Oscars and doing some early predictions for that. I'm excited for that.
Nice.
Talk about some of these lesser known movies that maybe some of you guys hadn't heard much about yet, or that are going to be coming out soon, that are early Oscar prediction possibilities. So I want to get into a little bit of that, talk about some of the movies that have been out this year. And that is tomorrow night. We're just going to hit some of the categories tomorrow, and then we may do another one in the future with some more categories. And then as it gets closer, we'll do like a nomination reaction or something. I really want to do that kind of stuff on this channel. So I'm excited for those things. I'd really love to do the nominations or even the actual Oscars on a live stream and do it with
that
you
sounds
guys.
fun.
So that would be fun if we could do something like that. So look forward to those type of things in the future. A lot of new things coming to the channel. Next Sunday night, if there's any breaking news, we'll go ahead and cover that next week. But I am going to start next Sunday doing my and we're going to do this every second Sunday of the month so that I can keep it consistent. Next Sunday night will be the first of the best years in movies. And because it's one of my favorite years in movies, we're starting with 2008. And then I think next month after that, I may go to one of Ken's favorites, which is 1994. So
that'll be fun.
We'll be doing that monthly. If you guys have some years that you'd like for us to cover because it's your favorite year of movies, I know there's a great one in 1978. There's a 80. There's several years that had a lot of great movies in each individual year. So we'll just every month we'll just pick another year and we'll do another one, and that'll be fun just to break up the news cycle that I'm doing on Sunday nights once a month. So
awesome.
You can look forward to that, and I think that's it for now. Make sure you guys check out Ken's channel, subscribe to him, look at some of his videos, his series he's got going. Come over and look at my Does It Hold Up series and vote on the next one for that. And that's it for now. We'll jump off here. Thank you, everybody that joined in the chat. such a good time. 3 hours again for a stream, which is crazy that keeps happening. And you guys made that possible. Look through the chat right now. Look at all the comments. Look at these names because I don't have time to go through all of them. I see Iron Mindrel joined the stream, and I don't think he was in
Hey,
earlier,
man. Thanks so much for joining.
Appreciate that. But there's a lot of great content creators in here talking tonight. So go to their channels, check them out, see if you like what they've got going because I guarantee you're going to find some good ones. And with that said, we're going to jump off here. Any more last-minute words, Kenny, before
Nope, I'm ready to go.
Okay. Thanks for joining. We'll see you guys next time.
All right, guys. Peace.